She needs so yeah, so we're taking the one else. Oh, you got it.
Here we go. Don't even stare, people. Y'all heard me? See me? I was looking, I was feeling. Oh, well, look at how I land. Look here, Doritos. Doritos. Mm. Single ladies, can you hear me? Mm. Oh, man, feels so good already, y'all. So it's hope you like you. Oh, look. Oh, man. Hold on. Oh, what's good, dudes and dudettes? Shut up. Buenos Doritos, dudes. Still with y'all. Oh. Mm. Cool. Water my fridge. Oh, it's good with y'all, man. Soak up this wonderful air. I'm save my breath. I'm soak up this air. Mm. On a chill day. So up to y'all if y'all talk or not. Mm. So it's not quiet. Well, somewhat. Somewhat. It's not too noisy. Well, she showing the I show see the importance of time, and like I said, niggas don't want to show up on time. Want you to go live all the time, never show up. Put in the group chat, Steve. Let us know when you go live. The niggas know when I go live. Now they don't want to show up and say nothing. Because I told you I don't complain about nothing. Like I said, whoever be in there, be in there. Whoever catch the film on what I said, catch the film on what I said. Whoever cares is the ones that care. Whoever's a part of it. You ain't changed. I ain't tripping. So I said that stuff is so overplayed, man. Nobody cares about that. I feel like it's so simple, though, man, just to do stuff. People just get dumber and dumber. They can't do no more certain things. So like I said, whoever comes in and watches, whoever comes in and comments, likes the streams, I don't like y'all no more anyway. So I'm looking for this keeps to leave. And I got 3 months. I'm gonna keep saying that nigga 3 months, barely even 3 months at this point. There, so you gonna get a random audience, man. I think I will use this channel for like a random street Q&A, like talking to people that be going to these like clubs over here or just out night life or whatever. Like they more interested in some of y'all, pretty much almost all y'all. I want to talk to like interesting people. It's just me out there. I want to be around like interesting folks. I don't want to be around you like niggas. Man, people be boring, man. They ain't got no class. They ain't got no pizzazz. They ain't got no life. They ain't got nothing. Like they just be oh, I don't care about that. Everybody show was saying that. When you gonna let us know you gonna lie, Pete? It'd be great if you had a platform where you let us know in the future whenever you go live, so we don't have to not get the notification. Then I had a platform where I can add everybody. The same people be barking at it and honking at it. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't get the notification because YouTube didn't send me. I'm like, well, you got the Discord notification, then. Now nigga was like MIA. Now they silent. The same people that was telling you to let them know when you go live. If you go live, now they goes quiet. When we gonna do another Discord? Then I let niggas know we doing a Discord. They don't show up. I said, well then don't show up no more. Hold on. 45 minutes. What's up, Latanya? You the only one here that done says that. Whatever. These other niggas don't exist to me. You exist because you the only ones talking. Sorry. Mm. She got that bad too. Oh, I want to know when you do stuff and like I want to be a part of it too. Like I ain't gonna be a part of it if you can't show up. Yeah, bro. Ah, I'm just soaking up this night there. So I've been working all day. Just taking a load off. Regardless of y'all nigga. My drinking. Cup of Ciroc, a Hennessy, and Douce all mixed together. I call it diesel fluid. That's what it's called. That's why I come out green. This is I'm gonna kill your drink. uh, don't tell my audience now. Don't tell nobody on live stream that between you and me here. Nah, it's just Mountain Dew. Good old mountain shouting. Mm. Kids ought to keep bringing this ball over your way. You, oh, take his mountain Dew and throw it on y'all. What's good? What's good? Okay, I'll talk to you later. Uh, I'm just cruising right now. You know, Steve don't love the kids. Gotta work both ways. I don't love the children. Like, where your parents at, little boy? You better get over it with your mom and dad. You know, come on. What are you doing on live stream, sir? None of your business, little Negro. Beat it. Scat. They literally come up and just like stare at you while you on live stream. They stare at me like, "What you doing?" I'm like, kids are so annoying, man. They just come up and just like stare at you. I'm like, you got a problem? Like, move. I'm so glad we got beatings when we was younger because we didn't act like this. At least I don't think I did. Remember that was a dude, man. He was daddy best friend when we was growing up. And he would run daddy all the time, man. I used to bother this dude all the time. I remember because he only really because he had some candy. So he always had candy on him. So I always wanted some of the candy he had, you know what I'm saying? So I said, hey, bro, you got some candy, man? So I remember one time at the church we went at the time, they had a surprise birthday party for him. You know what I mean? And so everybody was like, "Hey, happy birthday, bro!" Like they came in, they're like, "Happy birthday!" And I remember, I don't know why I was like at the time, but I was like, "Happy birthday, bro!" I kept saying, "Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday!" Like, I kept bothering this nigga. That's how I know how to be obnoxious. Like, why you keep bothering this dude? Even I knew I was an obnoxious kid. I was like, ugh. That's why my adult self don't act like that. That's why I barely even talk to people at the time. I'm like, I don't want to be obnoxious. That's why I don't approach women like that. 'Cause you don't want to be obnoxious. Like, hey, girl, did you get the DM I sent you? Did you get the message I sent you? The friend request that I was gonna give you, like, that's annoying. I got them type of niggas in my DMs now, man. Niggas involved in my comments, niggas write my email. Hey, bro, did you get the follow request I sent you? Like, I got it. I'm just not gonna accept it. Why'd you ask that? Shouldn't it be up to the person to accept it if they want to accept it? Sent you a follow request. Like, that's gonna make me, oh, let me check it out. I ain't like, no, I'm not checking it out. Yo, y'all silly. That's why I said I don't never want to be annoying like that. So that's why I don't be in people's face. Leave people alone. So when I see somebody's child walk up to me and just sitting there staring at me like, "Well, you're like, move, like, bro, go away." Yeah, it was. If the sound was on right, I don't know what's up with this YouTube sound. That's a sign right there to stop going live on YouTube. I hate YouTube now. YouTube sucks. I'm gonna start going live on TikTok because I actually get a lot more traction over there too. And I feel like it's time for something different, man. I feel like YouTube sucks now. It's not fun, dude. Like YouTube sucks. People on it suck. You know what I'm saying? So everybody does. Mm, yeah, it's all right, somewhat. You talking about me, beautiful scenery, right? You talking about this? Oh, yeah, well, thanks. See, I'm all up in the camera. Oh, yeah, well, thank you. See, yeah, thank you. Yes, thank you. Beautiful scenery, but girl, you shouldn't have. Like, girl, you better stop all that flattering. You trying to do like what you want? Like, you don't know me like that. Like, girl, girl, you should be admiring this, not this. Hmm. Like beautiful girl, stop, girl. Talk about. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I do work hard to look this good. Huh? Y'all better be enjoying this scenery. I don't know why y'all would watch an ugly Negro, folks. I sure don't watch ugly Negroes, but my timeline does not feel with ugly people. Yeah, my timeline is filled with beautiful people. You gotta be beautiful for me to send you a follow request. Why y'all think I don't be accepting everybody follow requests? If you see a nigga, I'm like, bro, girl, ew. Girl look like a whole baked tuna. I'm like, girl. Talking about, yeah, I want to like, I don't want you following me. I don't want people to think that I'm associated with that. I don't talk the talking fish here. Like, ew. A blah. Like, what's up? Respect, 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 respect. Bless y'all too. Hold on. Trying to see y'all stuff, man. We love art. Have I seen y'all before? I think I've seen you before, right? I feel like I be seeing some of y'all, man. I don't remember y'all names. Let y'all change y'all names, like y'all picture profiles. I know y'all be seeing me. Beautiful, handsome boy. She said the scenery is beautiful. Yes, yes. Well, thank you. Yes, yes. Oh, you meant this. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. No, 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 no. No. Yeah, yeah, no, no. Bask in this glow. Yeah, yeah. I want my timeline filled up with hideous creatures. I seen that before, bro. It was two different people. Send your friend request. I was like, her hair, yikes. The other one, she be kind of fine. I'm like, you know what? I think you have a great personality. Click. Mm, Plus, I'm always flexing it. Y'all have any idea how sore I am? I went running the other day, boy. I'm so sore. My legs feel like they the size of a skyscraper, man. I worked hard to get what I got, man. You look good. You man, look, you work out this hard, you can flex all you want to like me. I had some big Bertha chick one time. She said, it's not always about muscle. I'm like, we didn't even say nothing about that. I'm like, it's not always, you think it's always about muscle. I was like, why'd you say that? And then I was like, yep, makes sense. Guess who was crying when the man didn't want her everywhere we went at? She was crying because dudes wouldn't look her way. I know why. Now, why did she say it's not always about muscles? Deflectors. As it says, you laugh like Woody the Woodpecker. Don't Woody the Woodpecker act like that. I didn't really watch too much Woody Woodpecker. I got a really obnoxious psychotic laugh. I don't know why I act like that. Something be wrong with me sometimes. Y'all still watch me. Don't know why you do. Um, I can't have everybody in my profile though. Like I said, some people I just ew. Yeah. Anyways, what y'all in the mood for, man? What y'all want to talk about? I'm just chilling. I ain't really gonna start much conversation. I'm just actually chilling out here on my grind, man. I'm kind of tired anyway, so I don't necessarily need to come over and talk to y'all. I want to talk to y'all just in case. Hmm. Hmm. What up, Mike? See, that's real quality people in here now. Real quality people. All right, I catch you. I catch you. You be safe. You be safe, man. Let's do it. You come in for a little bit, and then you flex around, and then you like go on. I'm like, all right, I gotta go. I'm like, what are you off to? Your job? You got dinner to go to, cuz like that. You always leave out here at a certain time. Anyways, um, I'm telling you, everybody out here, bro. I've been working all day today, yesterday, all of that, man. I've been out here doing what it do. You know what I mean? Yeah, feel me? I've been out here doing what it do. Huh. So when I tell y'all, man, like I said, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, bro. But I'm out here just doing what I do. Uh, Still want to bring y'all laughter and joy, even though I don't like y'all. I still want to bring you somewhat laughter and joy with your imagination. Yeah, a little bit of imagination for me. Y'all don't gotta stay here. There's no law saying you gotta stay here. I just make y'all feel bad if y'all leave. I just make y'all feel like y'all a terrible, no good, horrible person if y'all leave me. Like I said, nobody has better intimidation tactics than Steve. Okay, Steve, I gotta go now. Oh yeah, well that's why you're on the track. Like, oh well, no. You don't have to stay. It's just all the attractive people stay. Like, so I just make you feel. I work psychological games on you. Oh yeah, well some girls are like, all right, Steve, like, oh you're a skank, whatever, okay, whatever. Oh you're a snob, you're stuck up, whatever. Well, but no, Steve, I'm like, what? No. You said you gotta go. Go ahead. No. You don't have to stay here. No. It's okay. It's not a problem. Not a problem. Not a problem. Nah, y'all cool though. Don't feel bad. Feel glad. Don't be like the rest of these people sitting here not saying nothing else. I'm gonna get mad. Oh, I'm just chilling. So whatever's on y'all plate, y'all can say. If not, I don't care, bro. I'm exhausted. I ain't gonna be in here too long anyway. Though. I'm giving y'all like 2 hours of my time, if even. I'm gonna get the walking and talking, but I gotta give me something to walk and talk about. I said the other day I wanted to have a conversation about something. I can't remember exactly what it was. But whatever. Just like I'm not gonna make you feel bad. Or like I said, it's not against the law to like not like my streams, and you don't have to. But I make you feel bad if you don't like it. That's why you're anybody that ain't like my stream. You're a terrible person. You're a horrible person if you ain't like my stream. You're a nerd if you don't like my stream. What's up, my boy? What's good with you, man? See, we get quality people here today, man. Where my quality people at, good? Like, shoot. You didn't like the stream? You're a horrible person. Hey, somebody kidding. Whose kid is this? Hold on. Somebody's kid by the street. Hold on, yo. I'm looking for their picture. How do I care more about this kid than this? Whose kid is it? Let that hey, go. That's some stupid kid just ran in the street, dude. Whose kid is that? Look here. Is that his daddy?
No, no.
His kid is, bro. Somebody kid just like ran in the street. They like ran in the street over there. That was crazy. Bro, I'm over acting like a father. Like, that's my child. Like, bro, I was alert. I was like, bro, whose kid is this? Like, that's crazy. They kids just like ran over like in the street or something. Like, yeah, some of the kids just like ran over the
Oh, it's in the street.
Bro, they just ran in the street.
Oh, yeah.
I was making sure. I was like, I know they my kid, but I'm like, no,
No, I appreciate it. Sounds like they some college and
no. They just they ran over there. I was kind of like, did I go get them? I don't know. Like, whose kid is this?
yeah, you gotta stay on the green, okay?
It's all good though.
Okay.
Mm. What is it? What's good? What's good, y'all? Hold on. Yeah, I was like, bro, like my father instincts kicked in. I was like, bro, whose child is this? I said, do I gotta be a foster parent yet? Like, bro, that's why I said people gotta watch their kids around the street, man. People like can't let your kids just like run it. That's great. Because he was just sitting there like pointing at the street. And I was like, using kids to run off. And then like the parent to be out them, nobody was chasing them. So I was kind of like, I mean, I know it ain't my kid. I don't even like kids, but I was like, hey, yo, like, where the homie going at? I said, homies were a lot lighter than me, way a couple of shades lighter than me. I said, ain't nobody gonna believe a black man walking around with this old white child. They're gonna be like, hey, bro, he's in. And then he was just pointing at the street. And then he started running towards the street. And so I was looking around. I said, bro, like, I said, and people just sitting there just chilling. I was like, this ain't your child. And I was looking over here because people sitting over here like, look, people over here like sitting down eating dinner and stuff. And so I was looking around. I was like, bro, whose kid is this? And so people was looking and they was like kind of just walking and looking. I was like, is that your child? They was like, get him, go get him. And he just ran. And then there was some woman across the street. She came across the street and like hurry up and like got him like yeah, because he was like in the middle of the street. I was like, oh my God, bro, terrible parent skills. Whose child is this? And it's a black woman. And I said, it's a white kid. Like, where is his white parents? Oh my gosh. Boy, when I tell you I would have took my child and hung him upside down and whooped his little behind, like boy, I'll tell you I would have beat him to his blues. I would have beat him like I beat him at birth. Like when you hang him upside down one leg and you beat him. Or my child would get the lights beat out of them for that, dude. I can't stand children. I mean, dang, bro, I thought I was heartless. I said, no, no white babies. No. I said, no, little white children. No, the world needs you. I was like, no, we gotta save them. Look here, little white boy. You'll grow up to be the next president of these United States if it's here in the year 2052. But look here, man. You're gonna be something one day. I said, no, little boy, make America great again. uh, I'm getting that baby. Like I said, I mean, y'all see, I was slow to my feet. I was looking like, oh, that child going in the street, right? Yeah, no, I'm aware, but I'm still kind of like, oh, snap, that child going in the street. Like, I surely ain't running out there. Because I'll be ready to run. I was like, wait, calculations. I said, Steve, did you impregnate? I was like, no, it ain't yours. Okay, don't worry about it. I said, don't worry about that. Mm, the marathon hurt. Oh my gosh, bro. Like I was running for a while, man, nonstop. So my legs, I sore. So they having another one today somewhere at some high school. I'm not going to that one. That's a little. I think it's a little further away. Um, but the next one they have, I'm gonna go to it. I said a homegirl from one of my familiar nights told me about it. And so she was like, yeah, you should come through. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, cool. So me and her went running together and whatever. So we got like a nice little community and whatnot. We all had a good time, man. I was sprinting. I showed off because I run that trail every day. You know what I'm saying? So they started off. I was sprinting, man. I was going for like the good first 5 minutes. Nobody caught over me. Then after a while, I got tired. I said, "Oh man, I need some H2O." Good. Everybody started catching up. Said the motherly instinct kicked in. I would have listen. My mother instincts kicked in. Okay, I'm Mother Bear. Mother Bear's instinct kicked in. I was like, "Oh, these babies." I said, "You got to protect the children." I was like, bro, like, like, it's a lifestyle for you, or it's just something. No, it's a lifestyle for me. I gotta go running, man. Going running is like smoking weed, dude. Like it's addictive. It's addictive. I ain't never smoked weed, so I wouldn't know how it is. But that's why they call it the runner's high. Like you get this runner's high when you go running. Because at first I felt it yesterday or the day before yesterday. I was running, you know what I'm saying? I was kicking it, you know what I'm saying? And then you do get tired. Like when you start, you do kind of get a little tired. But the more you keep going, you opening up yourself. And so, like I said, no diddy. But like I said, you keep running, and it's like this runner's high just takes over that adrenaline or whatever. And it's like you start breathing better. You know what I'm saying? You start being more determined, more focused. You realize you can sprint further and go further distances and stuff like that. So I love running. I used to not like running that much, man, because like I said, running hurts. So I didn't think cardio did much for you. I love running more than any workout that I ever do, bro. I love running is the most. Running is my favorite thing of all time, bro. It's so fun. I've been running a good 5 miles every day. Also, check this. So today, y'all know that little cafe spot, the one I went live at today, right? The little cafe spot. So I got a good friend group there, you know what I'm saying? Good people, chill, clean environment. So in the morning, they was cooking breakfast, you know what I'm saying? I've been over all day. I just got home. So he was cooking breakfast over there and whatnot, people chilling. And so, people always ask, like, hey man, where you from? And then I'll tell them, you know what I'm saying? And they're like, yeah, so what got you into music? And then I'll tell them about like how, my people do music and stuff like that. Cause again, they don't know me. They don't know any of this stuff, you know. And so one of my friends, she's real cool, real nice girl. And she was just like, yeah. She said, yeah, what about your parents or something? And I said, yeah, my parents are actually ministers, are pastors. I was like, yeah, how long is she's like, your dad still passed? I was like, nah, he passed. Oh, I'm sorry. And then she was like, well, what did he pass up? And I told her, because again, they're not weirdos, so I can have a conversation with them. And that was it. That was the end of it. After I said it. But I told her, I said, my mom pastors, you know what I'm saying? She's like, oh, that's good. That's really good. And then she was like, and she said, wait, what's your name? She said, wait. Yeah. She said, wait, what's your dad's name? And then I was like, the same as mine. I said, I'm a junior. And she said, really? She said, did your dad ever write a book? I was like, he did write a book a while back, but it was like a paper copy. She said, yeah. She said, I think my mom has this paper copy book. I was like, oh no. She said, that name sounds so familiar. I said, no, it don't. No, it doesn't. I said, no, you don't know me. I said, hey girl, you don't know me. You don't know us. She said, yeah. She said, I could have swore like, because she said her parents live in Houston. And so she was like, yeah, she said, I could have swore that name seems so familiar. She said, it's like my mom has this book. And she was like, it's old and kind of torn up and flimsy and stuff because it looks like real old. I said, yeah, he wrote a book like a long time ago. And so I said that might be him. I don't know. Like, I said, you would have to send me a picture. She said, yeah, when I go back over her house in Houston in like a couple of weeks, she was like, yeah, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna take a picture and show you. Well, she said, but I really think that that's him. And I was like, I hope it's not. I hope it's not. She said, yeah, yeah, I think that name's. I said, no, that name's not familiar. You don't know me. I said, girl, don't act like you know me. I don't know. That's why I said I don't even know what the book is, bro. It was so. Daddy wrote a book. I think he wrote like 2 books. That was like a long, long time ago. So I wouldn't even know, man. I don't know the titles. I don't even pay attention to that, so I don't know. But I was like, I said, well, he did write like a paper copy. It wasn't like a hardback or nothing like a Miles Monroe or like a Myron Golden type book. You know what I'm saying? But it was like a little short, like small copy or something. I don't know. We probably got copies of it somewhere. I have no idea. I don't even know. As I say, yeah, understand. Like y'all didn't pay attention to that stuff. Like I didn't pay attention to no books. I didn't pay attention to none of that. No, don't say that. Don't you dare say that. Don't you dare! How dare you, sir? Nah, no, it ain't definitely ain't wifey. She cool, but nah, she a little light skinned, but nah, she cool. But she was like, wait, what you say your name is? And I said, whenever people ask it, I'm just like, why you asking that? I'm like, why you asking like that? She said, wait, your dad's name is the same as yours? I said, yeah. She's like, wait, she said, I think I know that name. I was like, no, you don't. I said, girl, we're just a small church in Kentucky. I said, we're just a what, we're a small ministry. What are you talking about? Hmm. Yeah, I think my mom has like one of his books. I'm like, girl, I told her, I said, I wouldn't even know what the book is. I did not pay attention to it. So I really did. So I said, take a picture of it and I'll show you if that's the one or not. I don't remember. Like, but plus I downplay it because, like I said, if they people's found out, her people's from Houston. I said this is why I'm glad I live in San Antonio and Dallas, or and I don't live in Dallas like Houston. I live in San Antonio because people don't really. I mean, I'm sure we know them big time out here, but like people don't really know you know here. But over there, that's all we. That's why we always did our conferences in Dallas, man, because everybody knows us out there. So if I would have moved there, man, Joe talk about he run to people all the time that know us. You know what I'm saying? He run to the Hebrew Israelites that know us. I'm like, bro, I ain't trying to run to none of y'all niggas. I don't know y'all. But like I said, in Houston, I mean, come on, man. People's coming from Houston to come to my conference. So obviously they probably would know, you know what I mean? And so I said, I said, nah, because then your mom and them, like, if they find out who I am, they gonna be trying to holler at me. Like, nah, man, I ain't trying to talk to I really am not trying to talk to nobody. I don't really think because everybody gets that same reaction. Like, oh, you mean Darby's son? Is that the Darby? Like, no, no, I'm not him. I'm not the that you seeketh. I'm not him. Mm. 48 hours before she gets. No, she's actually like I said, I'm around people that are not weirdos. They're not weirdos. These people are good, clean people. Unlike some of your local niggas, like these people are actually good, clean people. They don't do all of that stuff, at least not that I know of. And if they do, I can seek it from a mile away. I ain't stupid. I know people like that when I see them. But like I said, they cool, man. They show you mad love. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I don't want because at first she was kind of like she was trying to figure out that name, and then she was like, "What's the name of your ministry?" And so I told her, I said, "It's called Destin Ministries." And she was like, "Oh, okay." And she said like she was about to type it. I said, "Please don't type it up. Please don't type that up in here. Please don't. Please don't type it up." I was begging. I was like, "Please, please don't ask me to bring it up. I don't type it up." I was hoping she didn't. Because when people do that, because everybody's like, "Oh," they was like, "Y'all big time. Oh, I think I know this person." And then everybody start asking you questions. I'm like, I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk about that. It's not about that, bro. We doing something else. So I said, yeah, in a couple of weeks, come back and let me know. Until then, let me enjoy my peace. Let me enjoy my peace this week. Uh, yeah, I mean, nah, they cool, man. You know what I'm saying? Please believe me. Anybody that know Darby do not know me. You are not marrying me. You are not dating me. And I mean that. That was practically one person. I think it was probably two people in the span of like since Daddy been gone that I actually did kind of like that knew us. So I barely even liked them and knew them like it. You know what I'm saying? So no, you don't have a shot. You don't have a shot. I gotta go down to Alabama and get my dum dum down, dum dum down, dum dum down, dum 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 dum. I gotta get me a Sweet Carolina. Hold on. What the blue ass? Nah, cause then like they'll do that, man. They'll get on Google trying to Google metal, and then they get on there and see the website, and then they start watching his messages. Then they get addicted. Then they come to me trying to bother me. Like, nah, dude, don't bother me. Go watch this stuff in peace. Leave me alone. Don't talk. I just wish people would just watch the video and just like watch it. Share it with friends and family. Like, don't share it with Steve. I was there. I'm part of that. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. 'Cause then when they find that out, then guess what they do? Become fanboys. That's why I don't tell everybody I'm a pastor, son. Because like I said, like a lot of these religious nuts, they already looking for something like that. You know what I'm saying? So when they find out that you are the pastor, son, then what they gonna do? Try to come on type nigga? No. Make it to where people couldn't send me messages on Facebook no more. Negroes are still somehow find a way to send messages through there. Like be getting like message requests. Be weird. Like, bro, I'm not coming to be a part of nothing y'all got going on. I don't want to do that stuff. I was trying to change, bro. I literally was trying to change my Facebook name. I can't change it for some reason. It won't let me change it. So trying to take the Darby off of it. Yo, people keep coming over and like, bro, it's annoying. I'm trying to take that name off of it. So that's why I got my other Facebook that nobody knows about. That it's actually doing pretty good. It's actually growing. I live a double life. Double life. I live a double life because I have to. Okay, I go incognito mode on people. I was like, bro, people just be fanning, man. My Brazilian friend in New York, she hit me up the other day. Cause she watched Daddy like crazy, man. They be watching Daddy up there like crazy. And so she said, yeah, I watched him this morning. Like she was talking about like how much she be watching him. And then she was just like, yeah, I want to come and visit the Darby Ministries. I'm like, bro, come through. I mean, I ain't gonna tell you not to come through, but I want to tell you. Talking to me is not like talking to him. I don't know what to tell you, man. You know. That was one girl. I would say one girl from Dallas. That was back in like the 2019, man. This was like a little bit after Daddy death. So some girl from Dallas, man. Like she's still cool. We still fight each other. But she had hit me up. She was like, she and we said she a friend or court you. Nah, she a friend. That nigga ain't courting me. I ain't courting no niggas. Like, bro, I ain't courting nobody. Man, please. Said she just a friend. Oh, I ain't courting no nigga. I just said anybody that know Darby is not gonna get with me. So no, there is no courting.
Hello.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? What up?
Video.
Nah, YouTube live. Uh-huh. What's up? Say hi. Get y'all 6 7s out the way. Come on, hurry up. Tag on it. Anyways, those kids that keep doing that 6 7 stuff. Yeah, that's all I do. Anyways, what was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying, dude. Shoot, I lost my train of thought. Daggone kids. Yeah, I shut it down. Bro, I'm serious, dude. I will not be playing that. You will not get with me, man. You think you know us. I will never get with somebody that think they know us. That's just gonna be a user for life, man. They gonna try to use you for your name. Yeah. Y'all think I be funny? I be so serious. That's the thing that's funny. I be so serious, and y'all think I be playing. I'm not playing, bro. I be for real. That's what's funny. The truth is always a joke. Because people don't think that you're for real. That's like a black person going in the room talking about I slap everybody in here, and everybody start laughing. Like, no, I really slap everybody in here. Like, you think I won't do that? You was saying that you desire them Darby. Nah, I definitely don't desire them Darby mites. Those stalagmites, stalactites, Hebrew gag types, parasilites, parasilites, slime lights, Glugglibian lights. Like, man, please. No, I was saying something about I can't even remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, the girl from Dallas. So she had hit me up. And so she was like, hey, she said, that was right at the time everybody kept hitting me. That's when Daddy name was getting bigger, like getting bigger, you know what I'm saying? And so everybody kept saying, they was like, hey, they was like, they was like, hey, I just want to let you know, like, I watch it. Y'all silly. Y'all silly. But she was like, I want to let you know, like, I watch your father all the time. And she was like, yo, your father really like changed my life and everything. And I was like, who is this? Because again, people kept doing it at that time. I was like, why do people keep writing me? Like, that's annoying. Like, stop doing it. Until I looked at her profile, I was like, oh, hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. I said, girl, did he? I said, did he really change your life? I said, girl, let me, what message have perceived thee? I said, let me know what's up. Keep in mind, this is a stallion. This is, oh, this is a chocolate princess. I was like, you was it? Because again, I thought only ugly people watch Darby. I'm not playing, bro. I thought only ugly people watch Darby. All the women that showed up to our conference, this is ugly. And then all the women that kept being in my DMs is ugly. All the women that went to our church are ugly. So I was like, only ugly people watch us. I'm serious. I didn't think there was really like any cute Christian people. I really didn't think that because where I'm from, there is no cute Christian people. They all ugly. So I saw her. I was like, I was trying to do like a background check. Like, hold on, you Christian? Are you looking one for them, one for that? I'm like, hold on, bro. You like, I was like, bro, no, you can't be this cute and be Christian. That's sad that we thought that. I really thought that. I said, you can't be this cute and be watching Darby. Nah, only ugly people watch Darby. I thought only ugly people watch Darby because they didn't have nothing good to live for. I was like, yeah, your looks, you're done. Your days are done. You have to watch it because, like, you're not have to have capacity. Uh, yeah, she was like, yeah, she's like, yeah, she was like, he changed my life a lot. And she's pretty. I mean, she got a lot of followers. You know what I'm saying? She don't follow a lot of people back, but she wanted to follow you more. I was like, oh, let me see what's up. And so we did a Dallas conference after that shortly, and she was out of town. She was like, oh, I see you in my city. I was like, okay. She said, yeah, I would have came through. I mean, she was in like Turks and Caicos, I think. She was like, yeah, I would have came through. You feel me? So she was like, I think my mama went to the conference and whatever. And so I was trying to shoot a little game. I said, yeah, girl, come through. You feel me? Like, come on through, man. Come see us. You know what I'm saying? And so she saw I was in the gym a lot, so she'll kind of like react to the story or like comment on it. Cause like I said, Steve ain't slick. The first thing I do when I get a fine one on my license on my Instagram, what's the thing I do? I go post a gym selfie. Ah! Yo, I've been in the gym. I ain't gonna, I've been in the gym for 2 hours. I went to the gym for like 15 minutes, bro, just to like kind of work a little bit of something, just to make it look like I was working out. I go post a gym selfie talking about, yeah, man, gotta kill this flesh, man. You feel me? I'm like, yeah, you gotta stay consistent because I know they gonna watch the story. So they be like, oh, he takes care of himself. I said, yeah, I ain't worked out in 2 weeks. I just got in the gym because I know you followed me yesterday. I'm trying to show you what you're working with. Yeah, so and she had posted so she take care of herself. I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? And she said, I'm trying to get on your level. I was like, girl, no, you won't. And she said, call me. Like I said, bro, I told you don't hate the player, man. Hate is it don't hate the game? Is it don't hate the player, hate the game? Is that how it goes? Don't hate nothing. Like I said, y'all can't be fly like me. You can't be fly like this dude. But but yeah, so I made an exception. Well, I mean, she cool. So I made an exception for that. The rest of y'all niggas, man, some of y'all be some freaks. You're down, like, change my life. Like, ew. Ew. I'm afraid we need to call so I can verbally express how hilarious. Yo, I did a Discord. Me and Krista did a Discord, I think the night before last. Or it was last night, the night before last. No, it was last night. Y'all ain't show up. I tagged everybody, y'all didn't show up. So I did a small live stream on my music channel. So I said, you know what? They're not gonna show up, whatever. I said, I'm gonna go and do something else. But yeah, we'll do another one soon. I miss y'all fools. Hold on. But nah, man, that's what I was saying. Like, yeah, there's only a handful of people that can do that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Midnight shift. Dang, that's crazy. All right. Well, we'll try to do it a little early, man. Like I said, maybe tomorrow's what Friday. Maybe we'll do it Friday. I don't know. I don't. I honestly, man, I ain't even been paying attention to live streams or Discord. I just don't care for that stuff right now, man. I'm too busy working on my stuff. Too busy thinking about life. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't trying to entertain y'all all the time. You know what I'm saying? What's up? 6 p.m. to 5 p.m. Dang, bro. This man working almost, bro. He working almost. I say, man, he working a good half the day. All right, I'll catch you, man. I'll catch you. Stay easy. Tune in next time, bro. I'll tune in again when you can. Feel me? I'll probably still be on here. You know, tell how long I'm gonna do it. But yeah, you gotta know how the game is ran. You gotta know how the game is ran. You know what I mean? Yeah, but I said, hopefully, old girl, low light skin don't know me. Hopefully, that's another Darby she talking about. Yeah, that name sounds so familiar. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. You don't know that name. I was like, girl, you ain't never heard that name before in your life. What you talking about? 'Cause then they gonna find out, man. Then they gonna be wanting to ask all these questions. What you doing in San Antonio to get away from people like you? That's why. Now I gotta change coffee shops and wherever I go now, I gotta go somewhere else. I'm gonna have to go to Austin, Texas now and get away from 'em, go somewhere else. Ah, appreciate it, appreciate it. Ah, and I'm still tripping about that little child I almost ran in the street, cuz. I was like, dang, man, Steve gonna be a good father when it's time. I have my wife and have my kids. I'm gonna be a good father, but I'm paying attention to other people's kids, man, trying to run in the street. Like I said a couple of days ago, right over there, that dog got hit running in front of that street, man. It was dark. Didn't no car see it. You know what I'm saying? The child ain't that much bigger than the dog. It was a little small dog. That's how stuff happen to people's kids, man. That's why I said that's how people be so stupid. You let your kids just do anything. I blame half these kids that get kidnapped on the parents, bro. Because like I said, the parents are too stupid to watch their child. What's up, bro? I just let their child, like, bro. Maybe it's just me. I'm extremely paranoid or something. But that's just certain stuff I just don't want to be around, man. I don't like standing too close to the street. If I'm ever in a train station, I don't want to stand too close to the tracks. I just saw a video where some dude tried to push somebody on the tracks. Some random dude just went into a random stranger and tried to push him in front of the train on the train track. Like, bro, thank God that he missed. The guy had enough weight to himself. He was kind of like he reacted enough. He's like, "What you doing, man?" He was trying to push him in front of the train. Cuz, can you all believe that? People be nuts. That's why I said I'll be extremely paranoid. I'm like, no, I'm taking you with me, nigga. Shoot, I ain't going by myself. Shoot, you talking about the train running you over might just jam in enough for me to have enough space to get out. I said what that dude should have did with that dude that was trying to push him. He should have grabbed him and threw him instead. That same ditch, literally that same ditch that you was trying to throw him into, you fell into it. See, look at you. I just saw the other day where they had to kill this woman that was trying to stab a toddler with a knife. Like people crazy. I don't know the full story behind that, but I think it was at Walmart. And a woman was going crazy with this big old butcher dagger knife or whatever. And She was back, and I'm talking about y'all. They caught the camera in freeze frame. I think it was from the officer's body cam. This woman looked crazy. She was about to stab his child. Dude drew his gun and killed her. I said, that's what you get. My whole thought the whole time is like, where are the parents? Like, why is this child out here by themselves? Like, who? What is going on here? How you gonna stab a child, bro? I'd have put one in your head too, nigga. How stupid are you? I said, wait for the mental health comments in 3, 2, 1. There's gonna be some idiot on there. Well, see, y'all, she was having an episode. I don't care. She's having an episode and killed a child. Who cares? That's why I told y'all, man, watch y'all kids, man. What if that was your child about to be stabbed by some grown possessed weirdo? I better be smart, boy. I'm trying to tell you. I don't think y'all realize, bro. Like I said, people are yielding to the devil like never before. They just crazy now. Not care. I saw another video, man, where they was dealing with this one woman, man. She wasn't even supposed to be out, man. I think she was supposed to be in a mental asylum. It's kind of crazy. And I think a week before that, before they the altercation they had with her, they had just locked her up because I think she was getting high for like perks or something. Keep in mind, she just had a baby. She got like a couple of month-year-old baby. Like I think it was like 2 month baby or something. And she out here getting high, doing all type of stuff. The girl's like weird, schizophrenic, all type of weird stuff going on with her. Shouldn't even have been out and even been around that child, man. I said that system that she was in failed her. They failed her and the child and everything. So the police come to their house again because they got called there again. And she's going out, going crazy, holding the baby, throwing up the finger to the cops, flicking them off, talking crazy, cussing them out, or whatever she's doing. Then she reaches from under her pillow, grabs a knife. I mean, this came out, this is fast, y'all. This came out of nowhere. She reaches under her pillow, grabs a knife, and Harrison tries to stab one of the police while she's holding the baby. Like, I don't know what happened to this woman. I don't know what got into her. And so the police, of course, what they got to do, they got to shoot her. But in the process of them shooting her, they shot the baby. She put the baby life in harm's way. Get off me. They shot that baby and killed her and the baby. And so even though it's a tragic situation, everybody was kind of like, I mean, technically they cleared there was a good shoot. Because they said, what can you really do in that situation? It's terrible, but it's like she did that. I told you, man, people be crazy, dude. I said that baby ain't had nothing to do with that, man. RIP to that baby, man. You could have killed the woman. Like, dang, bro, ain't nobody care about her. But I was like, bro, the baby. Which again, I mean, you have to react. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's not good, but it's kind of like, I mean, what can you do? It's a misfire happens. It wasn't like they was like how they do us, how they be doing black folk. They got all the time in the world and still shoot you. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had to hurry up and act. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna tell you, if I was in that type of situation, I said, look, I would do the best I can to not be in that situation. And you know what I'm saying? To have better judgment, but I can't let you kill me. So I'm gonna have to do something. You feel me? I told you, man, people losing it, man. That was a dude. I think he's former military or whatever. I don't know all of these stories, but I seen it was going viral. He went in somebody's house. I think his mind was telling him he got bad PTSD or something. His mind was telling him he's still on a mission. So he broke into somebody's house and was looking for some little girl. I think it was a little girl he was like rescuing over in Afghanistan or where. I don't know. I don't know what the story is, but he was still in that character. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes they do have those snaps where they snap and stuff. And so yeah, I broke in somebody's house and was looking for this girl. He was opening up people's doors, like, where's the girl? Where's the girl? And so the father came, he said, nigga, what you doing in my house? Like, you know what I'm saying? And it is kind of messed up. But you know, everybody in the comments, well, he's having a mental. I said, well, I don't care if a nigga having a mental. I ought to put one in him. Like, bro, you can't break in my house, dude. Like, what if he's crazy? Talking about he looking for a girl. What if I got a small daughter in there? He looking for a girl. I'm gonna have to kill you. I don't care about your mental episode, cuz like I said, brother, well, you need to go to a place where you can go get some help. You shouldn't be out in public. I think people got to start taking better care of stuff like that. Like, why do y'all got these people roaming free? Again, I don't want to call them people like that crazy because again, they PTSD doesn't necessarily make you crazy. It just makes you, like I said, you having traumatic episodes. Crazy people, we know the crazy niggas. I'm like, but some people they have really bad trauma. So of course, I don't think that they crazy. I just think that they need some help. But I said, but people, it's not like they didn't notice it. Like people know stuff like that, and they just let these people out here in society. It's like, dude, like, what if they? And that's why they be end up snapping and go do mass shootings and blow up stuff and kill everybody. I'm like, they should have never been out here in society like that, anyways, dude. Y'all should have had them put in a not necessarily asylum, but a place where they can get some help. You feel me? You know, they was telling me about something like that happened here in Texas, like a couple of years ago, and a guy got dishonorably discharged, I think, from the military or the Navy or something. And of course, with that, I think he was a felon. You ain't supposed to be able to do stuff, but he went to the academy, bought an AR-15, and they didn't put on there yet. The military didn't put on there yet that he got discharged. He wasn't supposed to. He's emotionally unstable or whatever. He shouldn't have had one. He was able to have the firearm, and he went and did like a mass shooting, shot up a church, and killed a lot of people in there. And they was like, this probably would have never happened if the military would have did a freaking job in the first place and let them know, like, dude, he's a gun risk. He's a safety risk, dude. It's talking about you can't carry a pistol in church like ever. That's gonna be the day you meet the Lord or you meet the devil, nigga. I ain't playing with you. That's why, like, we don't care. I'm like, look, man, look, we understand mental health is a very serious thing. I do take that serious. But I said, but when you want to kill everybody else, we don't care about you. We do not care about you, homie. We will turn you into dust. We will Lot's wife you, dude. We will turn you into pillar of salt. We don't care about you. I saw another case, man, where a nigga he's a psycho. He killed his best friend just to see what it was like killing somebody. And they did it the interview, the detective interview, and he was just calm or whatever. He's like, oh, I shot him, sir. They said, well, why did you shoot your best friend? He was like, well, I drove him to the Walmart because I told him I wanted to know what it's like killing somebody. So I drove him to the Walmart. All right, I had him drive me to the Walmart to act like I was going to go get some groceries. And he was like, yeah, and then I just took out a gun and shot him in the head. He's like, I killed him. He said, is there a reason why? He said, no. He said, I just wanted to know what it's like killing somebody. I mean, clear as day, the nigga was like, he wasn't even, I can't even say he was crazy. Because I'm just like, bro, like when you that sane and you do something like that, like you just weird. Tell me why this nigga got a slap on the wrist. Talking about he's too mentally unfit to stand trial. They sentenced him. What's up, man? They sentenced him to like a sane asylum, and he got out. Oh my god, and he got out. So basically, he avoided prison. He avoided life in jail because they said, well, he's mentally unfit. Like, oh my god, can y'all? And that's why I said, now you're gonna have a whole bunch of killers talking about they mentally unfit now. I don't even think that should even be a thing, bro. They talking about you mentally unfit to stand trial. No, you ain't. You was mentally well to do what you did. So nah, you gonna stand trial. That's what they try to do. That's why if y'all ever notice lawyers that do that with their clients that's stupid, these little hood Negroes, and they'll say, "Oh, Your Honor, he's just too mentally." Basically, what they saying is he's retarded. That's what they saying. Like he's retarded. So they're like, "Well, we can't hold him in court because he's mentally like no, he's mentally fit. How you know how to load a gun and put on a bulletproof vest, but you mentally unfit now to stand trial? Like, boy, I do. Okay, well, street justice gonna get you. Somebody gonna put a cap in you somewhere. Somebody gonna shank you. Or son dag on it. You ain't getting away from this. That's why I said nobody wanted to deal with that justice with this old pedophile that raped this little boy. They said as soon as that man stepped out of jail, somebody killed him. Soon as he stepped out of jail, I said, ha ha, look at you, nigga. Soon as he stepped out of jail, they killed him. How are you getting out of jail? Seems like that the courts failed you yet again. The courts failed the innocent victim again. The justice system failed people again. So what do people do? I'ma just do it myself. Killed him. Do you think anybody's sending flowers in a memorial on his site? Nope. That's how it need to be. That's how it needs to be. That's some old soft namby-pamby fanny van and still, "Now see, we just got to oh my gosh, bro." You know what? Line them up with the pedophile and shoot them too. I don't like the type. That's why they do what they do because they get a pass from people like that. It's just allow them to just do whatever. I say, there's got to be morals and standpoints here, man. We love people with the love of God, but if you break in my house, Imma kill you. It ain't got nothing to do with, "No, Imma say a prayer for you. Imma kill you, and then Imma say a prayer for you." You should have been over here. I saw a little nigga. He was trying to break into somebody's house, and the person set him on fire. Which again, I don't know how you able to set somebody on fire. They got the nigga on ring camera running. He's burning. Just he's on fire. And so most people are like, well, bro, that's what you get. You should have been over here. You still got some niggas in there. And they'll say, that's not funny. What if that was your son? My son shouldn't be robbing people's houses. Whose fault is that? The nigga's of age. He know what he's doing. He shouldn't have been over there. How you going? Like, bro, it's one thing to get shot. It's another thing to get set on fire. Like, you got to be doing something heinous to get set on fire, dude. He's running past the ring. Like, it's something out of a TV show. I said, well, brother, you shouldn't have been breaking people's houses. Did you not think that people was just gonna find new ways to execute their plans? Like, that's what I said. Well, that's what you get. Had you not been on their property, you shouldn't have did that. I don't know if it was in Texas or somewhere. Again, in Texas, you can't like, bro. People can kill you for anything in Texas, bro. I don't think you should be doing stuff like that here. You know what I'm saying? That's always happened, man. Like I said, some two dudes try to break into these neighbors' house, and it wasn't even a guy's house. It was his neighbor's house in a real nice area. Two Negroes, one breaking people's stuff. He called the police. He said, "Hey, man," he said, "Look, they breaking in over here." He said, "I'm about to go out here and shoot him." He said, "Hey, do I got permission?" They said, "Sir, don't leave the house. Don't go out there." He said, "I'm going out there." And he shot him. And he killed both of them. And because it's a Texas state, he got off. Now he was an older white man. So I'm like, of course it seems like, oh man, that's racially motivated. But I said, but them niggas shouldn't even been over. So I'm just kind of like, I'm kind of with him on this. I'm like, if a nigga's breaking in my neighbor's house, you think I ain't what thing makes you think they ain't gonna come back and break in my house? I said, well, you shouldn't be over there robbing people's house that you ain't got no business being in, cuz. So that's kind of what you get. It's kind of hard for sorry people like that when you breaking in people's houses and a property that you don't own in a neighborhood that you ain't got no business being in. Yeah, I don't feel bad for them. That's why I said, like, see, that's why I said that's why you don't do stuff like that, man. That's why I said y'all better get y'all little homies. A lot of these little homies gonna get smoked if we ever get in a recession. They already robbing people now. You don't think they gonna rob people in a recession? What they don't understand is that see the difference is that now people are kind of a little slow because there's plenty. The supply and demand is like always there. But when this is the last food on planet Earth for a long while, you don't think people are gonna fight you to the death over some rice? You don't think a man that's trying to feed his family is going to murder you and everybody you come with if you try to break in his house and take his wife and his daughters and his stuff? See, I mean, of course they would still do that now, but I said, but when it's survival of the fittest, they are killing everybody. They don't care. Let's see you try to break in somebody's house now. You don't think he gonna stand there with that automatic AR and kill all y'all? That's why we trying to tell these mothers, you better get your sons before they get smoked, because you know what they gonna do when this stuff gets bad. They gonna rob people. What they don't realize is that everybody ain't going for none, good. Everybody's not going for that. That's why I say I love to stand your ground states. And Texas is its own country. We literally believe in stand your ground. You could be across the street assaulting somebody. Somebody can come across the street and shoot you. That's why people know don't do stuff here because people can really shoot you for any reason. And they don't really ask a lot of questions. That's why y'all just saw the thing that happened with Jay Prince Jr. and the dude that shot Ben 10. He shot both of them niggas and got off. Like I said, they didn't even question him. Didn't even take him into custody, let him go. Because when you in Texas, now if he was in Detroit, I don't know how they are where, or if he was in California, especially California, self defense don't even exist there. That's why they do what they do because they know if you do something back, you gonna be the one get locked up. But in Texas, like, oh no, you can kill anybody. In Texas, they doing the wrong thing. Like people, and that's why everybody knows don't do that stuff. That's why I said, like, bro, sometimes you ain't got no business, man, doing certain stuff you ain't supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? Still got some mother. That's my baby. That was my baby. Like, well, you should have dealt with your baby, cuz that ain't my fault. Then they be wanting to sue the person that shot him. How you gonna sue? Like, bro, this dude did that. He killed all three of them teenagers that try to break in his house and rob him. And he's in Georgia. He got to stand in your ground law, and they try to sue him. How you gonna sue a nigga for that? That's crazy. That's why I said I'm like, bro, God forbid somebody try to hurt you and you defend yourself. Cause now they dumb mamas is gonna sue you. I was like, boy, I wish a nigga would. Like, how in the world you gonna sue him? He's like, my son was just there to rob you. You didn't have to kill him. Yeah, I did. Yes, I did. Why is your son over here robbing me? Like, bro, do you not see how hypocritical that sounds? Like, well, just let him get away with it. No, I'm gonna kill him so he don't do it again. Nobody else. Like, no, he ain't coming on because he gonna come back. They're gonna come back and do it. No, you don't get to get away with this. People don't care about your sweet boy. I care about your child, nigga. That's what you get when you a terrible parent, when you don't raise your child right. That's your problem. So I better be careful, boy. There's some evil people out here. God forbid you try to go shopping at the store with your family. Somebody walk up on you and rob you, and then you shoot them, and then people gonna get mad at you. That's what happened with the baby. Y'all remember when the baby was first blowing up, getting famous, and some niggas try to press him in Walmart with his daughter, and any man around his daughter gonna kill you, and he shot one of them and killed him. And they had people mad at him. Like, how you gonna be mad at bro? He they came to him, bro. Like that's crazy. They came to him talking about checking in. I'm like, brother, well, you shouldn't have came to him by checking in, dude. He's a grown man with his family. Why you gonna press a man in front of his family? He gonna definitely have to kill you. And dude pulled out a gun and shot him in Walmart, and he got off. He only got like a gun charge, I think. But other than that, he got the murder charge. He got beat. Dude's family mad at him. Like, well, bro, you should have got your son. So the baby was on there trying to give out enough. He was just like, hey, I just want to let y'all know. He was like, he said, hey man, he was like, dude shouldn't have pressed me. He said, but hey man, RP to the guy. And he was like, I didn't, he was like, he was trying to like send some condolences. I wouldn't send no condolences. I would have said, I shot that nigga and I shot him a couple of times. He shouldn't have ran up on me. I don't have sympathy for him. You gonna press me in front of my daughter? You ain't gonna wait till they go away. You gonna press me in front of my kids, dude? Like, I'm gonna have to kill you. You don't mess with a mother bird with her cubs, dude. You don't mess with a lion around his lioness, dude. They will do something to you. You see what I'm saying? Like, people just always doing the most. Come on, man. Well, I said, talking about put on the full armor of God, man. Talking about the breastplate of righteousness, the helmet of salvation, the shoes of peace, and the Glock of wisdom. And that Glock is gonna teach you a lot of wisdom. Smith and Wesson of Wisdom 45, huh? Defend yourself, and they do something to you. It sure is. That's why I said there's gonna be a lot of shocked Negroes when they stand before them pearly gates. They didn't expect that cute little woman to have it on them. That's why I said, man, girls ain't stupid. I done saw me some attractive women. They going viral for like shooting guns and showing you how they got it on them. They was like, we don't play. I said, oh, I like that. Oh, I like that. Shoot. That's why they say the devil seeks in like a roaring lion, seeing who he may destroy or whatever. That however that goes. What they don't tell you is that the devil gonna get some fools killed. That's why I told him, I said, the devil's not gonna take this fade. You gonna take this fade. We can't literally hurt him. We can hurt you though. Don't let the devil get you shot. Don't let the devil get you murdered. You feel me? Devil done got a lot of people beat up, man, because they just talking too much. And that's what it says. What it happens, he's accused, and guess what he do? Flee. I said, the devil get you whoop, he get you to flee. He goes and flees. And you sitting there hurt, literally. Look how the devil just got you whooped. Talking crazy to the wrong one. Somebody run your pockets. Now the devil done got you robbed. See? Not only did he rob you of your joy, but he robbed you of your Jordans, your Rolex, your wallet. Literally. He stole your dignity. You ain't got nothing. I said, there's some crazy people in this world, boy. You better be aware. That's why I said I do believe mental health is serious. We need to take it serious. I said, but people also need to take the ones that they know that's dealing with mental health problems very seriously. If you know your child is dealing with a lot of schizophrenic problems, man, like I said, you shouldn't be out there letting them out there on the street. Y'all remember dude that got the guy that got choked out on the subway? I can't remember his name, man. Um, I can't remember dude's name, man. He was the Michael Jackson impersonator. I can't remember. Terrible situation. But I said, but I love how the family act like that they cared after the fact. I said, bro, why is your son out here and like he was pretty much living in the subway. I was like, why didn't y'all care about him enough to let him live with y'all? He's like, well, he had a history. I'm like, well, bro, y'all knew he had a history, so why y'all just out here letting him do what he was doing? Now I don't know the guy. Like I said, I don't know the full story, but like I said, but people was like he was cool, and some people was like he was messing with people. And I said, whatever it was, he should have never been over in the first place. I said, bro, don't try to act like y'all care now. Like y'all should have been caring, man, when y'all knew he was dealing with a mental crisis. No, those niggas don't care till after something happened. Then that's when they want, oh, see, they was dealing with. I'm like, well, you should have known that before the start. That stuff is crazy. What's up, man? That's why I said they know their kid, they son be a loser. Son has a history of feeling left out and being a loser and stuff. He don't get no girls, and then when he won't kill everybody, they were, well, I always did kind of find him a little quiet and weird. I'm like, you knew this. Why do you wait till after something happened that you won't say that? Stuff is crazy, man. That's why I said people got trauma, man, that they have to, that again, we all got to deal with. The last girl that I talked to, man, right before I was doing YouTube, like I said, I mean, she was towards the end, she was kind of obnoxious, but I said, but all right, bro, I catch you, man, you be easy. But she was kind of, going through some stuff. But I said, but I understand why she was kind of that way. Because she had told me when we was on good terms, she had told me, she was like, do you remember much of your childhood? I said, yeah. And she was like, she said, baby, I can't even lie to you. She said, I don't even remember most of mine. She was like, I don't really remember anything below the age of 18. She was like, I really don't remember. And I was like, for real? She said, no, I really can't tell you a lot of memories because she was so traumatized, man. Like, when you traumatize like that, your mind shuts down. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people can't remember or they try not to remember, they go blank. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, I don't remember most things from my childhood. And I said, that's sad, man. You know what I'm saying? She's a very traumatized person, man. That's why I did kind of feel for her. You know what I'm saying? That's why I didn't really go off on her because I'm like, I know she was dealing with some real demons. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when you come from a household like her, you know what I'm saying, where your own daddy is assaulting you and, what I'm saying, molesting you and all type of stuff, you feel me? Like, I mean, that would make anybody kind of be like, they mind shuts down immediately. Like, you can't comprehend that. Nobody, people that ain't never been that happened to them still can't comprehend that. So imagine a person that's been through it, you know what I mean? Like where everything's just been bad in her life. So I'm like, of course they're gonna mentally shut down, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I said that's what happened with a lot of trauma. We all kind of been through that, man. Like I said, that's why we'll think about stuff now. We'll be like, oh, that did happen when we was younger. Oh, that did happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why we forget about it because I think a part of our mind kind of blocked it out for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's the body's response, man. When it can't deal with something, it just shuts down. You know what I'm saying? It's like it literally. They was like when people get whipped, especially when people go through like severe pain when they get whipped and stuff like that. They said the agony is so terrifying and so hurt. They said sometimes the body will give up and die because it's tired of being in that much pain. So sometimes their body will just die on them because they don't want to experience no more pain. Like that's what we train to do. Like we don't want to deal with it, it just goes into fight or flight mode. You know what I mean? Oh, let me switch up this thing, man. Oh shoot. All right. All right, how's that? That's why I said it's important to deal with your trauma, man. You know what I'm saying? And then we understand that a lot of people, man, like I said, we don't knock people that got mental disorder. Cause I'm like, you be honest, bro, we all mental. All us niggas are mental, man. We all done did some stupid stuff in our feelings and you know what I'm saying? I think everybody kind of had a form of some type of bipolar or something, man. Like everybody done been weird. You know what I'm saying? We had our weird phase and some of us still have a weird phase, you know what I mean? Like that's just others that have it deeper than us, you know what I'm saying? So we ain't knocking nobody, but I said, but people also have to understand, like, you got to get that stuff on the wraps. And if you can't, man, like I said, go talk to somebody. Cause again, you can't afford to have an episode and snap on somebody and kill them. Cause once you kill somebody, nobody gonna care about your mental disorder. Like you just took a life. When you assaulting children, assaulting women, I'm like, nobody's gonna care about that happening to you, dude. Cause again, like you taking it too far, you know? I know. Yeah, that's why I said be manifesting. That's why you notice, like in relationships, people don't deal with their trauma. So what they do won't fight you. Smallest stuff. Oh, so you didn't say good morning this morning. You didn't text back in 30 minutes. Like it's always something stupid. And then it turns into a fight. And then that's how you know It's something like some people just, some women are just like, girl, shut up. And then some of them is just like, no, that's something there. And the majority of the time, I'm like, that's something there. That's why I said when no girl was acting funny, I said, nah, something there. I said about a month or a couple of weeks prior, she was just sitting on my couch, boy, bawling her eyes out. Because that's when she told me we was doing that program. And she had told me. And that night at that program, they was having her open up and she didn't want to talk and stuff. And so one of the women was like, come here, girl, talk to me. And she just broke down and came out crying. She was crying in the car. She came over, she was just crying, you know what I'm saying? She was laughing about it. She's like, no, I'm just gonna start crying. And she just started busting out crying, you know what I'm saying? Because you understood, 'cause she went through a lot of stuff and she was just like, I'm having a hard time just processing a lot of stuff. And that's when she had told me all the stuff that she went through, what her daddy did. You know what I'm saying? Terrible man, terrible man. Just you supposed to be a child's light in this world, you know what I'm saying? And you doing that to them, it's like, who can if they can't trust daddy, who can they trust? And I'm just like, daggone, man. Like, no wonder the girl messed up. Like, look what you did to her. I mean, bro, she was talking about like how her father assaulted her when she was like 7, dude. She said, yeah, she named the day everything. She's like New Year's. She said after everything, she said, I went to my room and here he come in there. So creep. Talking about man was getting in bed with her. She was like, what are you doing? She said he was doing certain stuff. And she was like, what are you doing? He was a brute. The man was so sick, bro. He kept coming back to her, seeing if she was like, to make sure that she wasn't pregnant. He kept asking her, like, oh, did you have your cycle yet? I mean, sick nigga, man. I'd have killed that nigga. And her older brother didn't like him. And he never knew about it. And I was like, why ain't you? Because it's always somebody that could tell. And I'm just like, why don't you tell him what happened? And she was like, no, I think he would have killed him. I said, he needs to. He needs to. What type of sick nigga do it to his daughter? Like I said, I was mad at the girl for a bit, but I was like, but I understood why she was the way. Again, I always try to understand, even if somebody's obnoxious and I don't like them and they having odds with me, I try to understand why they like it. Because somebody did something to them. Like I said, my ex was like, yeah, remember I told you her uncle, he never did it fully to her, but he was trying to. And she said, I was 13 at the time. She said, that's when I first developed anxiety because of him. She said, that phone call that he gave me and was asking all this weird stuff. She was like, I always noticed he looked at me kind of funny and stuff. And he called on the phone talking about, yeah, do you know why I look at you like that? Like, I mean, weird niggas. So what does that do? It drives them insane. So what happens to them? They have trust issues. They mental. They can't process what's going on. I'm like, that's sad. So you really feel more sorry for them than anything. I'm just like, bro, that's sad. And justice is never served. And guess what he did? Did it to somebody else's kid. I said somebody ought to shot him. I said that somebody ought to killed him for that. He lucky I didn't know him personally at that time. Because like I said, I found out that stuff closer to us being like done. I said if I knew it at that time and I saw that nigga, I probably have strangled him to death. You a nasty nigga. He did it to somebody else's kid and got locked up. And pretty much got out. Because you know what they do, they slap you on the wrist. You get out. And guess what happened? Her mama was protecting him. Just, oh, well, see, it's just, I was like, he got something on your mama. I don't know a mother that wouldn't kill you over their child. Any of y'all mothers in here, would y'all let y'all brother or somebody slide if they touch your child? I don't think y'all would. I don't know anybody that would let that slide. That's why she kept saying she was trying to mask it up. She was like, well, my mama said. I said, your mama should be saying something about this creep that tried to touch her daughter, that touched somebody else's kid. I said, well, you know what? You tell your mama come meet me in the parking lot, I'll run her one too. I told her that. I said, you tell your mama come here, I will run her one too. Said she didn't want to protect you. Don't try to act like you the protected mother now. I said, mama, you need to get yours handed to you too. Because that's why your daughter like that. You feel it as a mother. You need to get whooped too. I said, girl, don't think I won't whoop your mama. I will whoop your mama. She's protecting a pedophile. You know who's just as bad as the pedophile? The people that protect them. I think you a special type of nigga if you protect somebody like that. I don't know who's worse. That shows the type of character that you are. So you pretty much the same. If they touching people's kids, what makes you think that you won't touch somebody's kid? If you're protecting one, that probably means you in cahoots with one, right? You probably do it too. That's just sad. That is so sad. And that's why people have trauma, man, because somebody done touched them, did something to them. Got the nerve to wonder why niggas don't want to be over their house. Mama's people had a problem with that when they was like, "You ain't coming over your house no more. You ain't spending no more overnights." Somebody they knew's daughter got touched by they daddy, by some girl daddy. He's a freak. So mom and dad was like, "Nah, we don't want our kids staying over people's house." We just thought it was because they were trying to steal our fun. Like, no, we got some freaks in the family. We got some freaks in the family to be protected by granny and auntie them. So to say mom and daddy a murder charge, I think they was just like, you know what, we're not gonna let our kids go over there. Because mom and daddy told us that before. I remember mama had to talk with us. And she said, if anybody ever touch us, she said, me and your father are willing to kill and die over y'all. She said, if anybody ever touch y'all, y'all tell us. They was like, we'll kill them. Like they was serious. She said, we are willing to die about y'all, man. And at that time, I was kind of like a teenager. So I was like an early teenager. I said, you ain't got to worry. I said, mama, I'll kill him myself. I just ain't never liked niggas. I ain't never liked people. I was like, I'll kill him myself. That's why I said, especially, it wasn't, again, it was bad growing up. But I said, but nowadays, it's even worse. I ain't letting my kids go to the bathroom with nobody. I ain't letting my child go nowhere. That's why I say you ain't serious about your family if you ain't ready to kill for them. You ain't a parent if you ain't ready to kill over your kid. That's when it was so sensitive feminists or somebody come in, well, see, they got a soul too. And we ain't supposed to play judge, jury, and execution, and we ain't supposed to be molesters either. Why does nobody talk about the stuff you shouldn't do? But they talk about the stuff that you probably shouldn't do, like when it comes to justice. I said, no, justice is not handling the court system. Justice is killing them. So don't nobody, you ain't got to take it to trial. You won't have an opportunity to do this to nobody's child no more. I just saved 7 girls. I just saved 7 girls in the future. You think people gonna stop when they get caught? They gonna do it again because they gonna get out and they gonna do it again. Get locked up again, got child porn on their computer. I don't even know how in the world you even find that attractive, but you know what? Some niggas are just like it. Like, that was a bug. What in the world? Right. That's why I said people think because you Christian, you sweet. If we anything but sweet, I feel like a Christian should take y'all first for anybody else. You going out against not just against God, but you going against everything, man. Society, the natural order. Got a freak in here, man, doing stuff to kids, man. Y'all just sitting there letting it slide. You see this all throughout, whatever, man. Y'all remember Forrest Gump? That's what Jenny was dealing with. Remember Jenny? She ran off with the Black Panthers, ran off for the hippie phase, went to go be a hoe, a showgirl, all that. But why did she do it? Because daddy was touching her. Daddy was doing stuff to her. And remember towards the end of the movie when she went back to her childhood home, what's the first thing she started doing? Cussing, throwing rocks, crying. That stuff do a lot to you, man. That takes a lot out of you. I mean, I told you, man, old girl was like 7 and told me that he did that. That's why she said I can't remember most of my childhood. She said she was a troubled child. And she said that bro, I was 15 years old, skipping school to go have sex with a grown man. Because she said in Cuban culture, they don't care. A lot of them, she's like half Puerto Rican, half Cuban. She was like, yo, over there, a lot of them don't care. They know you underage. They don't care. She said, I was 15 years old, and a grown man was knocking me off. That's sad. And she said, my father knew. He was friends with the dude. They kept saying, well, she's just a troubled child. Like, nigga, she's a troubled child because what they doing to her. My nigga. No, I did try to step in and help as much as I could. I realized you can't save everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't my job, you know? My problem was I thought I could save everybody. And I said, well, look, that's for God to handle. That's her own walk. She got to have with God. God's going to do it. But I did enough. I let her know she was welcome. That's why she clinged to me so much because I was the first dude she ever talked to that ever showed her that type of love and interest. I was the first dude that ever made her feel comfortable around me that she didn't have to worry about that. Now, while she went off the deep end, I don't know. Nobody knows. We believe she had somebody in her ear because even her own people were saying she was doing that to them. We don't know. The girl went mental. But I'm like, I don't blame her for being mental. Like, look what a nigga did to you. That's something only God can handle. We can't handle it. I learned to let it go. I ain't seen no girl since then. Like I said, I pray she gets the help that she needs. I hope she's good. But I don't know what to tell you. Part of me felt very sad for her because I'm just like, bro, anybody that came, childhood's supposed to be a sweet thing. I loved my childhood. And you can't remember nothing below the age of 18. That's sad, dude. I said a white girl I talked to before her, man, Sydney, she went through the same thing. Her daddy was a schizophrenic. And he would have episodes and he beat them. He literally would snap. One minute he's cool, the next minute he was a devil, man. Snap. She said, I remember one of my earliest memories. She said my mama had to like knock him out with the frying pan because he was tearing up stuff trying to get to us and basically kill us. She said she hit him on the back of the head with a pan and knocked him clean out. He came back to his normal self. She said he abused me and my sister a lot. And she said they came to school and was like, hey, did your dad ever, like, we know what type of man he is. Did he ever hurt you? Did he ever? And she was scared to even tell him because she didn't want to get beat. Like this ain't like no beating like daddy will beat us. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, hey man, slap you. This is like full on beating, like a grown man beating you. And she said that was when she had issues. That's when she started having issues with God. She said that's why she didn't really believe because she said I was on my knees. She was having a heart open up one on one with me, open heart. And she told me she was like, she said I was on my knees like crying to God. She said I was screaming like, God, can you hear me? Like, God, do you see what I'm going through? And she said I felt like that God didn't answer me. She said I felt like that He didn't care. And she said ever since then I ain't really been on the best terms. And so she was like, I believe there's God, but she said me and him don't see eye to eye right now. She said I'm mad. And sometimes that's why I said that was my job to step in and I say, see, you going to hell. And see, no, he's a good God. And see, First Thessalonians, see that right there is gonna run them off you more. My job was to step in and say, hey, it's okay. I understand where you are. I can't fully understand because I've never been in them shoes or situations. But I said, God does love you, but that's up to you. I said, every man got to have his own personal relationship with God. That's okay if you don't see eye to eye with God. God understands that. He's gonna have a way where you do one day. I said, but that's not for me to judge or decide. That's up for you to decide one day if you ever do. I said, but I still care about you. I still love you. I told her, I said, just don't blaspheme the name of my Lord. Don't talk down about him or nothing that Christians do. And I said, we can get along. She was like, okay. And we had a mutual understanding. And that's how I showed her the love of God, by showing her the love of what I can give. Because the girl was traumatized. That's why you ever see women now when they be jumpy because, like I said, some dude beat them. So when they somewhere out and some dude just come behind them and grab them by the hips, I grab their arm, like they already set into PTSD mode. So of course they jumpy. They always feel safe around me because again, I understand boundaries. Yeah, you gotta be sweet too. That's why I said like they don't know. They don't know what love is. That's why I seem weird when they talk to you because they never had that. And that's why the love scares them because they've never known what that was like. Every man that they ever had in their life let them down, beat them, used them, sexed them, didn't care, molested them, raped them, all type of stuff. So a man like me is foreign. They don't know that. I'm not the best person, but I would never do stuff like that. I never would violate you. I do anything to hurt you like that. That's why I said people be traumatized, man. So you wondering why you arguing with them. And I said sometimes it's not you arguing with them, you arguing with the mentality that they got. When you've been a fighter and a brawler all your life, do you think you're gonna become you think you're gonna become a godly girl overnight? No, it's gonna take time, dude. You spent 20 years cussing, you think you're gonna stop cussing tomorrow? Probably not. It's gonna take a minute to get off up on sailor talk. As I said, take it from somebody that had a sailor mouth, dude. I used to talk crazy as the day is long. Y'all think I talk crazy now? Imagine the F bomb being everything that you say. I used to do that, dude. Don't think because my name and my title mean nothing. They don't mean jack, nigga. I said whatever word I felt like saying whenever I wanted to, man. I had the craziest mouth of a sailor. I ain't scared to tell you niggas that, man. I used to cuss all the time. I invented new cuss words, man. That's how good I was at it. It took me a while to wing my mouth from that, man. Niggas don't like how I talk now. Imagine if I was talking like I did years and years ago, man. I would have cussed you out in Chinese. Don't let that Darby stuff fool you like I'm deep. I'm not deep, dude. I said all the words everybody else said because I felt like it and I wanted to. It took me a minute to wing my mouth. It didn't just happen overnight. I went through a lot of stuff. I went through my own version of PTSD. You don't think I was angry? You don't think I had some words to say, man? I wanted to flaunt and fly out every word that came to my mind. You go take a bullet and tell me that you won't be mad. Tell me you don't want to kill the dude that shot you. You tell me you don't want to do that. Tell me you won't have some choice of words. You go see the people that's disrespectful to you and your family and tell me you wouldn't have a choice of words. It took me a minute. One thing people don't tell you about, like I said, when you get shanked or you get shot, you get angry. You hurt, but you get angry. That has long, life lasting effects on you. You get angry. And like I said, one thing I did, I say, I thank God that God I'm still living, but I had some other words I had to say. I was like, bro, I was upset. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it to y'all. And I was like, well, I was just walking on water. No, I wasn't. Takes a minute to win yourself up off it. That's the problem. People now, man, people fake. They want to act like they got it all together. Like, nah, man, I ain't have it all together. So I don't expect them to have it all together when they've been through a life of trauma. They obviously gonna have some things that they got to deal with. Yeah. That's why I say when women go through that, man, it's serious. That's why I say I'm like, bro, when somebody's been raped, do you think that they gonna understand what love is? Imagine what type of mindset that they got, man. They might not even be attracted to sex, man. After somebody done violated them like that, you think they're gonna want that? Why you think a lot of girls are quick to shut Negroes down, man? Because again, like if they've ever been violated, God forbid, like they don't want to think about that stuff. That's the last thing they want. Trying to tell all the thirsty niggas in people's DMs, I'm like, bro, you are just bringing up past trauma that they went through. That's why she don't respond to you. That's probably why she blocked you. You look just like the dude that did it to her. Now, some women just nasty. Like I said, some women just don't know how to shut up. But I said, but there's some women that actually went through some stuff, man. That's why I said I take time to listen. Maybe there's something that they've been through that they'll tell you. That's why I said a white girl, like I said, that's why she got on all those drugs. She was doing all that ecstasy and that speed and smoking hella dope, smoking took coke, you know what I'm saying? They don't just do it because they just wild and rowdy. They did it because they was going through some stuff. They trying to kill their pain and what they was dealing with. And when she had met me, she was changing a lot of that. She was like, bro, I used to be a heavy drinker. She was like, bro, I used to be passed out on the floor, man, just chugging a whole 12 pack of beer, man. She was like, I used to be like that. And she showed me videos of what back in like they party days where people was just, how people take videos like, oh look, they're so slumped, they're wasted. She'd be slumped on the kitchen floor, just slumped. And she was like, I was going through a very dark time in my life. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said people keep those and remind themselves like where they came from. And she was like, that's why I don't do that stuff no more. She was like, I don't like it. She said, I wanted to change my life around. Because when you've been through stuff like that, do you think that you're gonna just go to church and pick up the word right away? Nah, man. You don't know what the word is. You're gonna be mad at God, you're gonna be mad at everybody else, you're gonna be mad at everything. That's why I be trying to tell you, it's like, bro, you got a right to feel. You got a right to be hurt. That's why everybody say the first thing you should do is like, well, you gotta pray about it. Like, bro, you got a right to be upset. You got a right to vent your frustration. You got a right to be like, why did that happen to me? You got a right to feel. You a human being. Process it and then pray about it. I said, but bro, you can't just immediately go pray. Like, bro, you got to process what happened to you. So I said, people don't even give people time to feel like a human on it. Like, just that's crazy. That's why a lot of them don't know what genuine love is. They don't know what that is, man. Because like I said, people ain't even they not even giving you grace. That'd be women. That'd be a woman to go get raped and they go tell her to repent. They tell her she got to repent. How that nigga fault? How they got what they got to do with her? Not them nigga that just took her innocence. They tell her to go repent. Like they shouldn't want justice for what just happened to them. I said, you ain't got to say one prayer. That is not your fault. Somebody violated you, man. You ain't got to say one prayer. Don't you listen to them old. That's why I said, quit listening to them old dumb spiritual weirdo niggas. Those are very scary people to be around. Don't matter what happened to you, you got to go pray and repent about everything. There ain't gonna be never be no justice served. And I said, if that was true, there would literally be no such thing as called the criminal justice system. You can forgive somebody for robbing you and raping you, but they still gotta go to jail. You still gotta go to penitentiary. You gotta go to federal prison. You gotta go away from society, pay your dues and your debt. You gotta pay for your crimes, man. That is so sad. They telling women to go repent for being molested. Like, can you believe that? Now I do believe if you keep holding on to it, like I said, they using that as a crutch. Okay, I understand that, but I said, but when people are literally hurting and they victims, they literally hurting. That's the worst. That's the last thing you should tell them. No wonder they think God hates them. No wonder they hate God back, bro. Because they think God is like, yeah, they think God's telling them, well, girl, you gotta go repent. I'm gonna send you to hell. God is sitting there like, bro, cast your cares on me. It's okay. I love you. Come talk to me. I'm here. I'm sending people around you to care. They think God's a daggone tyrant. Now y'all see why a lot of people don't like God, man. Not because God ain't good, it's because people that's representing him making him sound like he's a tyrant. Somebody take your innocence and they telling you, well, you gotta go repent. You gotta get on your knees. Like, oh my God, bro. That's why I said, if I ever become president, firing squad for all you niggas. You know, I realize niggas talk too much. I said, how about we line y'all up, do y'all like they did in Cuba, tie you to a post and fire in execution, y'all. Like firing squad. I promise you, that will be my law. We'll see how much of y'all talk after that. I'll make y'all an example. So the rest of them, y'all shut up. That's just sad, man. That's why I said there'll never be no justice, man, with some of these people. That's why people are traumatized, dude. Because they don't get no justice. Mama's defending the pedophile. Daddy wasn't around to help him. My daddy was the one doing it to him. So who does most people look up to? They brother or they granddaddy. And that's what I see. A lot of them look up to their granddaddy or their grandparents, like their grandparents or somebody. And that's what old girl said. She said, my pawpaw, which is what her granddaddy was. She said, my pawpaw was like my real father. She said, because my real daddy beat me all the time. She said they was able to get me out of his house. She said her mama was unstable, I think, at that time. So she couldn't go to her mama. She had issues with her. So she said, I had to live with my grandparents. And she said he took me in like a father and teach me like a father and all of that. And that's why she had told me, she said he ended up dying in pretty much like a freak accident. He was unrecognizable. He was pretty much a John Doe. And she's again, she was trained to be emotionless. Like I said, she was a very emotionless type person because of what happened to her. So of course, what they do, shut down. She shut down. And so once she got word that he died, she said, I clear as day went to my sister. She was like, his papa dead. And she was like, yeah. And she said, I literally just like, okay. And just walked away. She said, I didn't shed one tear. And she's like, I can't tell if it's normal or not. And I said, that's extremely not normal. She said, that's just the way I was taught to kind of deal with stuff like that. She's like, all my emotions just kind of went, you know. And so that's why when me and her got into it, that's when the real emotions came out because she was feeling everything. I was the first man she can feel that with. I was the first man that she can love like that. I was the first man that got her to feel that way. The first man that really didn't let her down besides the Paw. I was one of the only first men. She was trying to establish a relationship with her father again because he kind of got on his meds and he was getting better, getting the help that he needs. So they was kind of developing somewhat of a relationship. But do you think that when you get beat by somebody that you grew up with, that you're gonna be cool with them like that overnight? No, it's gonna take time. And so, like I said, when you talk to somebody who was the first man that you've ever really done that with, what do you feel? Start crying, start being broken. And that's why she called me on the phone. She was crying her eyes out. She was so frustrated about everything. She was crying. And I was like, this is a person that's not even emotional. She don't even do that. And she had even told me she was crying. She said, I didn't even cry my papa down. She was like, I didn't even cry. She said, but I'm crying over you. She was like, I wanted this. She said, I want you. You perfect. You everything that I want. She was like, you everything that I need right now. And that little girl in her came out. So of course, like I said, that makes people think. And I don't know, like I said, I haven't talked to her after that. I don't keep tabs on people. But maybe that was some type of maturity where they start growing with their life and doing more. I don't know. It's funny. She was like, maybe one day we'll be cool again like that, or when we get older. Or she was, I mean, how people talk about futures all like, maybe we'll run into each other somewhere. But you genuinely felt for them, you know what I'm saying? That's why I said I was upset that it didn't work. I said, but I felt for them because I'm just like, that's what drew me to her. That's why our connection was deeper than anybody else I've ever been with. Because you started to see them, like what they feeling with. That's why I said when I would have her come over, wasn't no trying to talk you out your panties. Why don't just, well, let's go to the bedroom. One none of that. It was just like, bro, come and talk. And I remember that night we talked. That was one of the first time she came over. We had talked all the way from like 7 o'clock to like 4 in the morning, dude. We literally was watching Seinfeld. I remember because we were like Seinfeld. We was watching Seinfeld. I had the LED lights on. And that's when she started running down everything to me in her life about everything she was going through. We started being deep. We didn't even realize it was 4 o'clock. She looked like a good like 30 minutes or so for me. It was so late. I was just like, girl, just stay, just stay. Like, I'm like, I don't want you out here driving at 4 in the morning. We didn't even know it was 4 in the morning. That's how it was. You know what I'm saying? But I said when she came over, I made her feel safe. That's what you're supposed to do, man. That's what a man's supposed to do. Like when your woman come around, you make her feel safe. You got Negroes be awkward, man. They be talking about they be talking about they want a bad mama seat, then they get one. They sitting there on the couch like they a nerd or something. Like they can't even, make eye contact. Like y'all in school or something. It's like, bro, like this is your chance to show love. This is your chance to show nurture. You feel me? Get them talking. Show them that you care. Ask them questions. Everybody wants to talk about their life. One thing I realize, women want to talk about what they want to talk about. Talk to them. That's a great conversation. And then it leads to the next thing. And then that's why it goes to 4 in the morning. You don't even realize it's 4:30 in the morning, man. And when you do that, like I said, they get comfortable with you. And what do? They get closer to you. They feel like they can speak to you, like you listen. And then there's times, like I said, we might be sitting on the couch and she might just lay her head in my lap. Might just be wanting to just feel some, I don't know, maybe it's a woman thing. They feel like safe or secure with you. And you make her feel gentle. You rub their hair, like I said, you let them know that they love, you know what I'm saying? That makes them feel good. Because when you hear about all the trauma that they've been through, they never had that. They never had any sign of that. And that's why she had told me, which is why I think why we end up kind of getting into it. Because I wasn't trying to scare it with the love thing. I was like, because she was like, love just disgusts me. She said, I don't know what that is. I never had it. So she was like, when I would talk to somebody and they was like, I think I love you. She was like, oh no. As soon as they want to get in a relationship, she was like, oh no. A serious relationship, I can't do that. So that's why I was trying to tread lightly because I was like, I don't want you to just up and leave me. I was like, I like you like it. You know what I'm saying? She didn't feel that with them. She felt it with me. That's why I said, man, trauma goes a long way, man. Like I said, shout out to all y'all, man, that's been through it, man. Like, I know it's not easy. You know? And that's why I said people don't know what that makes people do. Like, bro, that makes people want to kill themselves. And I talked to old girl about that, and she was like, bro, I tried to off myself a couple of times. That's how you know they got a purpose. Like God is literally stopping you from killing yourself. That's why you still here talking to me. She was like, I tried to kill myself. My mama stopped me. She's like, she walked in on me. I said, well, your mama, the God used your mama at the right time. The other girl, she said the same thing. She was like, I was trying to kill myself. Because your mind, I told you, remember, when the body and the mind can't take it no more, what do? Give up and die. So what's the first thing people do when they can't take it no more? I'm gonna go blow my brains out. That's what they think. That's why, of course, to us, it sounds like, oh man, that sounds terrible. It hurts. But when you are at your lowest point, you don't care about nothing no more. That's like a sweet relief. Like you don't even care. You've been through so much pain. What is a bullet gonna hurt you for? Like it's relatively painless for some people. They don't even feel nothing. Ouch. Oh, my legs are so sore, y'all. Stupid stuff. Um, so that's why I said, man, that's what people think their only option is. Old girl said she took 3 ecstasy pills trying to kill herself. She was like, I was about to take that fourth one. And she said, I started freaking out. She was like, because that's when she realized I want to live. She's like, no, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. And she started panicking. She started freaking out because she was like, she felt something. She thought she was dying. She passed out. She said she was in the car. She passed out. She came back to, and some hours later, and she was like, I'm still living. She was making sure she was still alive. And she said, man, I looked for that fourth ecstasy pill. She said, to this day, I don't know where it went at. She said, I checked my car, scrubbed my car. She said, I had people help me search for it. They never found that pill. She said, I never found that pill. Don't know where it went at. It just up and disappeared. I said, God saved you. And I told her at the time, I said, God saved you, man. Like, for real. You saw that you really do have, like, still want to live. You know what I mean? Like I said, that's that used to comes in here, man. He has said that he ain't been here in a minute, but he has said that he said, man, he tried to off himself too in the gun jail when he was trying to click it. I mean, stuff that's like that stuff don't even happen to other people. You know what I'm saying? But the gun just jammed. When he was trying to take his own self out. That's crazy, dude. That's a powerful. That's how you know God's working with you. There's a girl to go to my church. They had her on stage Sunday talk about since we had our they had a 4 year anniversary. We had a 4 year anniversary there. And so they was talking about how the ministry has impacted a lot of people's life. And so two girls, one they both are sisters, but the younger one, she was saying she was like, I mean, she's very energetic, super cool, but you would never have guessed back then she was at a low point. And she had said it. She was like, I really thought about, they had a hard life. So she was like, I started getting into substances, man, started doing all type of crazy stuff. And she said I was just so low. She was like, I just didn't want to live no more. And she said, I thought about killing myself many times. And then she heard about this Christian camp, and she said, God, and she told God, she was like, God, if this don't work, she like this if this Christian camp don't work, I'm gonna kill myself. That's what she said. She was like, I was gonna end everything if this don't work. And God was in that Christian camp, man, saved her life. And now she works with other youth, other girls just like her, and she's being able to affect them with her testimony that's dealing with the same thing as her. You know what I'm saying? They're dealing with teenage mothers or people that's in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like her older sister deals with a lot of them too. I said, look how God will take somebody, man, and he'll take their trauma, man, and turn it into something beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I just thought that was powerful. I'm just like, man, somebody that came off the street, man, trying to kill themselves, and God rescued them. You know what I'm saying? Trying to tell y'all, man, it ain't never too late, boy. It ain't too late. Your trauma can be healed, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody goes through that. Yeah, it is amazing, ain't it? That's what I was saying, man. That's why I said I want to tell old, like I said, the white girls, but I want to tell her that. But again, she ain't got the best understanding of God. I'm like the last thing people like that want to hear is something about God. And so I said, well, let me show you the love that I know. Let me show you the love of God without you knowing it's the love of God. And that's why she didn't know why she was so attracted. And I said, well, I'm showing you unconditional love. You know what I'm saying? Like a love that was shown to me. And I said, if she would have sticked around long enough, I said, now hopefully God has his way with it. He touches it one day if he ain't already touched it yet. But you really just like, dang, man, like I want them to, you know, experience that, man. I hope they really do get to experience that one day. Just all the stuff that I had to go through and thinking that I had it hard, man. And you seeing what they got to deal with. That's why I said they're emotionless, man, when they got to deal with a lot of stuff because they done dealt with it their whole life. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when you bounce from house to house, man, and home to home and all that type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what love is. So that's why I said, like, when I was talking to her at the time, she was living with her sister and her husband, you know what I'm saying? Because her sister went through the same thing as her, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, they both got beat together. So of course she was like, when she got a chance to do that, she was like, hey, come live with us, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I said you found love somewhere, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'd even told old girl, because like I said, the last one, like I said, she was a police officer. And so I told her, because we had talked for a little bit. We talked a couple times, like after I called it off or whatever. And so, you know, I told her, I was like, look, you know, because she was just like, because we had talked, I think, like that Sunday after we had kind of got into it. And we talked after church. And so I was kind of like, what's going on with you? You know what I'm saying? Like, she could tell I was upset. I could tell she was upset. And that's when she had talked to me. It was like, hey, well, I've just been thinking about this and going through this. And it's like you could tell when something deserved. Like people, you could tell when something deserved, but they don't want to say it. Because I've gotten good at examining people. Just like that's why I said when I was talking to her, I could see she was like, they get that quivering lip, like they about to cry, like they want to say it. I'm just like, I know you want to say it, but they don't want to say it. I'm like, just say it. Like it's okay. Like just say it. What's wrong? What you going through? What's up, bro? What's good with you? She didn't want to say it. And so we had talked for a little bit after that. You know what I'm saying? And I told her, I said, look, because first she was just like, I'm sorry about everything. And I told her, I said, you know what? It's cool. I'm not gonna force you out. Cause again, I'm not a simp. I'm not a forcer. Like I said, if God don't force his will in us, we can't force our will on people. So I was like, you know what? It's not against the law for you not to want to be with me. It's not against the law for you not to like me. Okay, whatever. I said, you know what I care about? I said, I genuinely just care about both our safety. I said, I know you're going into the police department field. And I told her, I said, it don't matter. I told her, I said, look, it doesn't matter if you come home to me or you come home to the people that you with. I said, just come home. That's all I care about. Just come home at the end of the day. It's a very dangerous job. I said, look, just guarantee that you're gonna make it home every time. You know what I'm saying? I put my feelings aside and was like, I just want to make sure you come home. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see what they got to do, right? You see what they got to do? That type of stuff. Going to like 100 miles an hour. I'll tell you what, hold on, what are you going on? About to block off the street. That's something. Might catch something in action, y'all. That's like a couple of cop cars up here. What they doing? That's like three. Hold on. That might be her. That might be her, y'all. Oh, hey, girl, I was just talking about you. This is a sign. What's going on right now? Must be doing the drug bust or something. I don't know. We're gonna walk up this way since I'm talking. But I told her, I said, just make it home, man. That's all I care about. Just make it home. Every night. You know what I'm saying? Or every day, wherever you're working. And I told her, I said, girl, just wear your bulletproof vest. Because she had a problem with wearing the bulletproof vest. And she was like, oh, it just gets hot and I don't like it. Women got breasts. So of course it's hard for them to kind of put it on. You know what I'm saying? And I said, girl, put that thing on. She was like, nah, because I said, girl, it'll save your life. The last cop girl that I knew too, she also was a cop. She got shot. And she was wearing her bulletproof vest. And she got shot, man. She said the bullet hit her, the bullet hit her boob. And she said it hurt like crazy. She said, but if I didn't have on that bulletproof vest, she said they probably would kill me. And I told her, I said, girl, put that vest on, man. Like, it don't matter if it's comfortable or not. It's about saving your daggone life, man. You know what I mean? And honestly, like I said, that's what I cared about, man. Just being safe. And so, like I said, after that, we talked for a little bit. Right before we had our other falling out, was when we stopped talking completely. But I told her, I said, look, I said, look, I'm glad everything good. You doing better. Just make your money. I said, just make your money, make it home. That's all that matters. You know what I mean? You know what's crazy though? I kind of thought my car was in the shop at the time. So where I lived at before I lived here, like the other part was closer to the church I go to. So I mean, I was and my Uber went number like 4 or 5 minutes up the block. So I was like, I had my car in the shop. So I was like, I was doing the time I had to get it inspected and everything. And so she had saw that. And so she had asked me after that. She said, hey, what happened to your I said, what happened to your car? I said, what you mean? She was like, yeah, I noticed you was catching the Uber. She was like, she said, what happened to I said, it's just in the shop right now, and I gotta get my tags and my license and stuff, like renewed. And she said, well, if you want to, she was like, I'll come get you. I one of us come get you. I nigga thought that was back in there. I said, oh snap. I said, oh snap, trying to rekindle something. I said, girl, you gonna go all out your way. Come get a little old me. I said, girl, why you care for? Because we was talking earlier, and then she had liked the message. It didn't say nothing after that. So I was like, okay, we're done talking. And then she came back like an hour or 2 hours later, and then she said that. And I was like, why you texting again? What you want? What you trying to say? I said, you gonna offer to come get me? And I said, nah, because you know me, I'm super prideful. I'm very modest. I'm like, oh no, I could never, I don't like letting nobody help me. I'm really bad at that. I'm like, no, I'm good. I said, girl, I'm straight. I'm just up the block. But I did slide in there. I mean, if you want to. I do it. I say, if you want to, man, like, it's up to you. You feel me? Like, I said, yeah, you offered. Like, so, you know, but that's why I said, even with her doing what she did, I believe it was a fight or flight move. Because again, when you traumatic, man, what do you do? That's why they kept saying, she kept saying, she's like, I know, but just my mind is made up. My mind is made up. And I'm like, why do you think they say that and they do stuff like that? Because again, they've always had to do that. Their whole life has always been like they gotta set their mind on what they want, on what they doing. And that's what they do. Same with the white girl. She did the same thing. Because again, when you come from the same type traumatic background, they all have the same traits. And so she kept saying, my mind is no, my mind is made up. It's made up. It was like, that's what they keep saying. And they said to protect my heart and stuff, just protect me from getting hurt. I got it. I'm like, why? And I kept saying, like, why do y'all keep saying getting hurt? Like, what do you mean? I didn't know what that meant. I was like, what are you talking about? Because again, that's kind of foreign to me. I don't know what that means. And I said, well, I can't get hurt and I can't lie. I'm like, I'm not trying to do anything. But again, that's how they see it. What's good, man? What's good? So I understand, like I said, a lot of times when people are in like defensive mode, man, they have to they gotta be defensive. That's why I said part of me wanted to be mad at it, but I was like, Steve, don't be like these little incel niggas. You ain't a self. You already had them. You already had them. They was head over heels over you. Okay, that was fun. You know, again, hope they good one day. And I told myself, I said, because people like asked, they were like, well, would you want people like that back in your life? And I said, part of me did. I still got love for people, man. Don't get me wrong. I still got love for people. I don't hate nobody. But I'm like, another part of me was just like, bro, that was the past. You know what I'm saying? That's old. That stuff's played out, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had that season in our life. Some people are in your life for seasons, and then, like I said, that's up. And I said, we had that time in our life. Like I said, we had a thing, or we was cool. I said, that's gone. That's old. Now, that don't mean if I ever seen people out in public, like I wouldn't. I mean, I try not to, but you know what I'm saying? If I ever seen you, I'd be like, hey, what's up? What's good with you? You feel me? But I ain't dying to talk to you and trying to rekindle nothing because I'm just like, I mean, what is there to rekindle? It's over. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be bitter towards people or hate people. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have to be best friends with you either. And that's a sign of maturity. Because again, I went off the motion that I thought that like, no, I need them. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't need you. And that's why when I came out here, I was showing people like I don't need you. You know what I mean? And that's why I had to come out to San Antonio to mature my mindset and mature me as a person. Because I kept relying on people that I thought I needed. You know what I'm saying? And I was upset for a little while, like anybody would be upset. And then a couple of months later, what do? You put yourself out there, you get with somebody that's pretty much better than them, and then you advance. Like you like, I don't like you ain't even think about it no more. It always takes you a minute to get over stuff, man. But eventually you will. So, but I said, but look at the outcome that you get, man, from all of that. I said, Look at all the people that I know in my life today because of that. Would I really want somebody like that back? Would I really have not wanted those situations to happen? Because if those situations didn't happen, I wouldn't know the people that I know now. That's why I said, I'm like, bro, I'm part of two of the best ministries on earth. That's the ministries and the ministry I go to. Pretty much almost the same. Two of the greatest ministries that I know of. Some of the best people in my life that I've ever had. Switched up a lot of my friend group, a lot of my peoples, man. I'm in one of the best cities in the United States, dog. I have the best family. I got the best friends. I got the best, well, not best channel, but you know what I'm saying? I got some of the best people in the world that's on my Discord, that's on this channel. Some of y'all are wonderful, and some of y'all some niggas. But I said, but you know, the majority of y'all, well, no, not the majority, 25% of y'all cool. So I like y'all. I said, bro, I got one of the best professions, one of the best gifts that God can give somebody. I got one of the best. And all of that came from understanding the pain and the struggle I had to go through. You know, I don't ever say I'm preaching, but I'm preaching today. I'm gonna preach today. I don't care what you say. So sit down and shut up and sit back. Cause I'm gonna tell you, I said, bro, I had to go through this, man, to understand. That's why I was like, God, why me? God, why I gotta deal with this? God, why I gotta go through this? Like, God, why am I upset? Why am I angry? Why I want to kill people? Why am I upset? Why am I angry? Want to strangle people? Like, I was like, bro, because you have to deal with that. You have to go through that. That's why I said I was crying about the old girl leaving. I said, but bro, if she didn't leave, it would have made you stay in Louisville. And I was dumb living in Louisville, which is why I didn't know much about credit. I didn't know much about buying a house. I didn't know much about financing anything. I didn't care about life or nothing. I was clubbing and partying my days away because that's all I cared. Talking to the next girl, that was it. You didn't care about nothing out there, man. That's a joy. And that's why I sound like, nah, man. I had to go through that to learn that. I said, this is 3 years of this. That's why I said, of course, stuff didn't happen just overnight. But I said, but you know, that 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 number three, God seems to work in threes. You know what I mean? I'm on my 3rd year. Things are working out better than they've ever been working. Again, I ain't gonna speak too much on stuff. I'm gonna wait to tell you. But y'all seen a lot of my progress. I did this on regular channel for basically almost 2 years now. And look what it's done, man. Enlighten my gift, broaden my horizon. We got people that it's affecting. We got a great community that people get to come be a part of. Some people didn't even know what they was doing even before this stuff, man. They wasn't a part of nothing. But they get to come over here and be a part of something, man. Y'all get to come over and be a part of something. Even if y'all a bunch of googly eyed weirdos are staring at me, y'all get to be a part of something that I had to go through. This channel wouldn't exist if I didn't go through it with old girl. Because I wasn't thinking about doing YouTube. I never thought about doing really vlogging. I ain't care about that stuff. I had to go through that pain, man, to make me who I am today. I had to go through the struggle to make me who I am today, man. That's why I said where I live at, man, this is the nicest place I've ever lived at in my life, dude. You know a nigga Steve talking about buying a house, man. I ain't never talked about buying no house, dude. I ain't never talked about owning land. I ain't never talked about getting away from everybody. I was a party person, dude. All I cared about was being around 10,000 people. And now that I got 10,000 people that follow me, I don't even like it. Do I have tendencies to still do the same stupid stuff? Yes. I said, but does that mean that I'm the same stupid person? No. All I worried about, man, was trying to satisfy me. I told you I was a very narcissistic person, dude. That's why I said you can't tell a narcissistic nigga what narcissism is. I used to be a narcissistic person, a very narcissistic person living in Louisville. Coming out here, killed that. Oh, that humbled me real quick. I didn't know what depression was until I came out here. The only other time I knew what depression was really like that was when Daddy died. That's about the only time that I kind of knew. But like I said, but when you out here on your own, we felt that together. When you out here on your own and you feeling all the effects of everything, I said, you know what that is. And you got to deal with that. And I said, yeah, I said, you can't run up the block to mama. And mama, man, hey, man, this is it. You can't go around the corner to your friend in the house. You can't go over to the old girl house. All the white girl ain't here no more. So I said, you got to realize how to deal with this yourself. It's you and God. That's why I said I had to start calling God for myself. I had to start talking to him. And that pain and that trauma is what brought me here to be who I am today. Seeing all the connections that I got in my life. Like we complain a lot, but I said, but bro, if it wasn't for those things, we wouldn't be who we are. We wouldn't be where we at. We are better because of the things we've been through. And I asked myself, I said, if I could change a lot of stuff, like people ask those questions, if you could change stuff in your past, what would it be? I don't think I would change nothing. I probably would have changed a lot of my mindset younger, but I said when I was younger, but I said, but if I could change people walking in and out of my life, no, that's their free will. I wouldn't make you do what I wanted, even if I had a button to make you do what I wanted, because that's not free will. I want people to be genuine. If you don't like me, man, nigga, you ain't gotta like me. I'm not gonna force you or beg you to like me. I want people to genuinely be around me because they want to be, not because they have to be. And that is why I say the stuff that I say and I live the lifestyle that I live. Because, like I said, I had to do some stuff, man, being out here. Stuff was not easy, man. This stuff was difficult. I said, there's still days that I deal with stuff, man. There's still days that I got to overcome my old temptations, man. You feel me? It don't take nothing to be a nigga. It don't take nothing to give up and quit and go be a nigga again. Believe me, it don't. But I said I went through a lot out here, man, because I wanted better. I'm on year 3 now. And now I know what God got me doing. I know what he wants me to do. I was watching a video like 2 weeks ago when I was back in Louisville. And I was watching I was sitting down at the table working, man. And I was watching Myron Golden, man. I highly suggest, man, if y'all really want some real good motivation too, man, watch Myron Golden. I'm telling you, man. Like I used to not watch I used to pop myself all the time. But I started watching his videos. That man got some really good, like he got some good pointers, man. And I was watching what he was saying, man. And I just happened to click on a video that showed up on again. I wasn't even signed into my account on the TV on Mama's YouTube. I was just signed into like watch as guest. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so his stuff just popped up, and it was the video I needed to see. When you feeling defeated, or you feeling like, man, like you trying to figure out what you're doing it all for. And it was a video where he was saying like, man, I gotta find that video again, man. He was talking about like where we already won, and he was talking about like how you know, you ain't got confidence in doing the very thing that God had gave you, man. Why you went through all the turmoil in your life, like all the stuff you went through for why God did what God's doing, what he's doing. And he had said that, man, he was like, bruh, he was talking about like how you shouldn't have anxiety, like when it comes to these type of things, like you're gonna deal with stuff. But he was like, but how the Bible was telling you, like, bro, like, don't be weary, man, when you deal with those things and you go through it, because God got you. He take care of it. And he had said something so powerful in the video, man. He said, you already won. He said, before you even won, you already won, man. Man, that stuck with me, dude. I turned the TV off, man. I went downstairs and cried, dog. I was like, bro, you already won, dude. You know what I mean? Like, bro, we already won. I was just sitting there praying. I said, God, thank you for letting me already win. I already won. All of the stuff that I went through, man, all the hell and turmoil I done went through, man, all the backstabbing, the heartache, all the niggas I can't stand, all the people that get on your nerves. You know what I'm saying? I said, I already won. You going through it because you already won, dude. I said, dog, I already won. That's why the journey was so hard, man. That's why everything sucked for a minute, man. I struggled. I went through it. Like I said, funds wasn't always the greatest. You got to pay all these bills. Funds definitely ain't the greatest. You know what I'm saying? People wasn't always the greatest either. The jobs definitely wasn't the greatest. But I said, dog, I already won, man. And now I'm looking at how my life is being pieced together, man, piece by piece. Everything's coming together like a puzzle. You hear me? And I said, that's because I already won. He said, because God won first. So we already won because he won first.
Guys.
So that's why I said at first I didn't have y'all always heard how I said like why y'all like my stuff, and I always just kind of down my stuff, man, and beat myself up. I was like, well, it ain't good as everybody else. And then he said something. He said you don't have confidence in the very thing that God. He's like, why does God got confidence in what he gave you, but you don't? And that stuck with me. I was like, bro, that really got me. I was like, dang, man. I said, that's true. I said, God saw it confident enough for me to have this. Why don't I feel confident in it? Ain't nobody better at the keys than me. Ain't nobody at making music better at making music than me. If God saw it and everybody else is saying it, I said, well, obviously he's showing you. And I'm still, well, see, no, man, like, see, I ain't one of them out there. Like, see that right there? And I said, that's God showing you, like, bro, I got confidence in you. You don't got confidence in your own self. That's the same as a dude that hid his talents. You hid your talents right there. And I said, Steve, you hiding your talents. Literally hiding your talents. That is a word, ain't it? It's like it too, man. That's why I say, like, bro, we don't even have confidence in the thing that God gave us. And that's why I was like, well, God, why am I going to do this? Like, oh, why I got to deal with this? Because he's doing it. He's showing you. And then he's showing me this is the most, bro. I ain't never called out to God like this, cuz I ain't never called God, prayed every day like this, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. You hear me? Yeah, something must be wrong with YouTube. I don't know. Just refresh it. But I said, bro, I was like, look, man. And I tell God that all the time when I'm praying. I said, God, you know I usually never come out here discipline myself. When you ever seen Steve wake up at 7, 8 a.m. to go outside on a walk and go pray? I ain't never did that. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I ain't never did that. I ain't never did it. Yo, man, I'm not a morning person. Never have I been. I do not like the mornings. But I realize I'm like, when you do that, it feels good. The first 30 minutes of your day is gonna determine the rest of your day, pretty much. So why not give God at least 30 minutes to 2 hours of your day? Like that's what I do. And I go walk and I take my little Beats Pill speaker. I play my music on the trail. It sets the mood. People are sitting there like, oh, that's nice. What is that? Like you also advertising on top of it. You advertising your sale on top of it. People are already subscribing to your channel. I done got several subscribers off of that. Right when I'm sitting there talking, I was like, okay, God, use the music. And then somebody like, hey, what is that? I like it. Let me subscribe. There you go. I said, oh Lord, thank you for all these white people subscribing to the channel. Oh Lord, thank you so much. I'm like, man, shoot, my channel is getting whiteified. I said, oh Lord, thank you. I always knew you come through. Nah, but I said, like, bro, you starting to advertise your stuff, and on top of it, like I said, it's gaining traction. Then I said you get to have a good old time to go out there and talk to God. Like I said, I talk to God like he's one of the, like he's like, hey, what's up, God? You know what I'm saying? Let's one of the homies. Like, what's up? And just basic talking. I ain't out there just like, I ain't doing that, man. Talking loud or something. I ain't got to be show up. You feel me? I'm gonna tell you what. I remember one time. That's when I used to go up to college campus with Stisha when we was a little younger. And so you have Christians out there, but like I said, these are the ones that are a little extreme. These are kind of like the weirdos, the extremists. And so they out there on the grounds. They would pray like before they do like one of their meetings, and they out there like they over there doing all that type of stuff. You feel me? And so of course, people who don't know Christianity, they like, what is that? They thinking like you see a whole bunch of Negroes in a circle, you thinking they doing voodoo. Cause that's what it's telling. They say, hey, they doing all that like tongue chatting. So I remember, bro, I clear as day. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's clear as day. It was a white guy. He was walking on the phone, and he had saw it. I'm not lying, bro. He turned around. He said, like, bro, it was the way he looked. He was scared, y'all. He was like he was like turning around on the phone. Yo, they freaked this man out. And that's why the Bible said, like, don't do that stuff around like a lot of the strangers, man, because they gonna think you working witchcraft. Like, they don't know what that stuff is, dude. You feel me? That's all white boy. He was like, bro, it was the face he made. He was walking and he looked back. He was like he was like, he was scared, y'all. Yo, I was like, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Y'all like, look, y'all niggas are scaring me too. I said, y'all kind of, y'all kind of extreme. But that's why I said, like, you just go on the trail, just have a nice little calm, open time with God. You know what I mean? So, um, that's why I say I'm like, so I heard a woman say that the woman I be watching, getting a lot of the knowledge from. She had said that, man. She gives out a lot of good advice. And she had said that she was like, she said, look, I was working for about 2 years on the craft that I was supposed to be doing. She's like, I was praying to God, like, God, what am I supposed to be doing? What am I good at? Like, she said, I was working on stuff for 2 years and it didn't really work the way I wanted. She said, but then when it did, she said, I made like 50 grand in my first month of it working. She said within like I think she said the next 5 months, she was a millionaire. Because all the work that she had to put in, like, yeah, you put in 2 years of stuff that didn't feel like it was working. But when it did work, you already set a foundation. So when she became a millionaire in like 8 months. Like, can you imagine that, bro? You imagine for 2 years not working. And then 8 months later, you become a millionaire. That's crazy. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. I was like, God, I always work on this music. I was like, because I did do music for a while, but I was like, but God, I feel like I'm always working on music. It ain't getting the numbers that I want. The A Steve channel is like 3 years going on 3 years old now. I was like, God, because I started it back in 2023. So I was like, God, like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, and YouTube is getting harder now. YouTube is getting harder to do. So the views is harder to get than it was back then. Like, that's why I wish I would have took better advantage of it back then. But now this AI, this algorithm sucks now. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I prayed to God. I said, God, you're gonna have to touch the algorithm because this stuff sucks. I'm like, I'm not doing no more hashtags like it. I'm not studying the code. It changes every half a year. Literally, like every 6 months it changes. I'm tired of it. I'm like, I don't want to do this no more. So I said, God, you're gonna have to just bring the people. I don't even care no more. Like, I'm just gonna post it. It's whatever. And so I was doing it for when I first started. I was like, well, I ain't getting 100,000 views. Oh God, like what am I doing wrong? And I was like, I'm putting it out there. It's not working. And it's like, well, dude, you got to build a foundation. That's why I said I was working on music all that time. Didn't even realize I had a whole catalog built up. So when it does work, everything's right there. All these beats I've been making on live stream, I got so much I can't even contain it all, dude. So many beats, it's like these rocks, dude. You can't even count all these rocks, cuz that's how many beats I got. You can't even count them, dude. Too many. That's why y'all saw me go through them folders for about 4 days. Because that's how much stuff I had, dude. Ow, man, I'm so. I'm gonna sit down and set y'all for a little bit. Y'all, my shoulder kind of getting tired, man, from this thing, bro. Like, that's why I said it's straight abundance, dude. But that's all the work that I had to put in, man. That's why I said when they say like put in hard work, that's what they mean. You got to put in that real work, dude. You know what I mean? You got to put in that real work. Stuff don't just happen overnight, man. You know what I'm saying? That stuff take work, dude. It took me a lot of work to get it. You know? And so I said, hey, I'm on my third year. I said, hey, man. And I was just talking to a woman the other day, yesterday actually, and she had said she's been here for 3 years too. She's from Kansas City, Kansas. And so she was like, she said, hey, it's my third year here. And I said, my third year here too. And she was like, God working through it. I said, bro, I was just saying that on live stream. I said, I was just telling people that. And now I'm starting to see it work. Now everything is working the way it should be. I was like, bro, you can't make this up, dog. You can't make it up. I was like, oh Lord, the 2 years I went through stuff. Like some of it was on me, and then some of it was just like, Lord, the devil has been trying your boy. Like he just messed with everything. I said, but I understand why now. I'm like, bro, the third year, I don't care what's going on in the world. I don't care about none of these crappy tariffs. I don't care about the economy. I don't care. Like, God is doing what he do. I'm on his timing, man. And so, like I said, until he says everything over, it ain't over. So I said, you know what? God is doing something. That's all I care about. God's doing it. So I said, Brand, I'm literally living in abundance. That's why I said I got some testimonies I ain't even told yet. But when it's time, I will. Literally the third year, man, of me doing this, like I said, it's working. The music is going up, the numbers are going up, the music is getting even more abundant than it's ever been, man. I ain't never been like this with this. You know what I mean? Everything that you're touching is getting better, it's growing, it's going where it's supposed to be going. You feel me? The way it should be. Did it happen overnight? No. Did a lot of this success over here with what we doing happen overnight? No, the Discord didn't happen like that. The relationships that we all got didn't happen like that, man. You know what I mean? It took time. I didn't know y'all fools. So I was like, man, these are people that just show up. I didn't know it was gonna be no Discord or no entertainment like this. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know I was gonna do live streams every other day. Y'all just heard me say I didn't want to do live streams for a minute, man. But there's a reason that I be doing these, man. Because like I said, it does bring abundance. It's meant for somebody. Somebody need to hear this. I'm talking to myself, man. I gotta hear this too. And stuff is real, man. I don't even know how I even got over here on this, but I said, but again, it comes from trauma and pain, right? I said all of that I went through at the time, thinking that I needed certain people in my life. I thinking I needed other people like that. I said, you really didn't. God had me on a time, man, where it was just me and him. I never thought I would be single. Bro, I never thought I could be single this long. I didn't think that. I was never single this long, man. Bro, Steve was always with a woman somewhere, new or old. Steve was with a woman. So being single for practically almost 2 years, like, bro, that's new. I ain't never did that. I got single so much to the point where I'm like, I'm tired of being single. Like, bro, I literally singled myself like to boredom. God had to show me that I still need people in my life because I isolated myself from almost everybody, dude. I did that. I told myself no fun, no relationships till you get a house, till you get everything. Like I said that and I meant that. I did not hang with everybody. I didn't talk to nobody. Like, bro, I was not entertaining nobody. The only ones I was entertaining was y'all fools because I was doing live stream at the time. I said, other than that, I ain't entertaining nobody else. I was not talking to nobody, bro. I associated with church, with family, and barely even them. I barely even talk to anybody, dude. God had to make me get around people literally again because again, I would have literally still been isolated myself. I didn't even see relationships attractive, man. I didn't care about none of that, bro. You know what I mean? But that's why I said like it makes you be like, no, I want to live again. Like, no, I want to be with somebody again. No, I want to do fun things again, man. I want to not stress myself out, man. I've been working hard for practically almost 2 years straight. And that's why I said, I'm like, dude, I said, Steve, give yourself some grace, man. I said, stuff don't always grow within the first 2 years. I said, you only been doing this consistently for 2 years and barely even consistently for 2 years. This channel is not even 2 years old yet, dude. It's gonna be 2 years old in July or January. Oh no, not January. Jim John. June. In June, which is in a couple of months, it's gonna be 2 years old. This channel is literally not even 2 years old. That's crazy. So I said, but look at all the stuff that you did. Look at all the stuff you and God did within the last year and of 75th. You know what I'm saying? Like, look what y'all did. A whole bunch. You know what I mean? And that's good. Because now, like I said, the payout is being even better than it ever has been. You know what I mean? Now you know a lot of new skills you didn't know back then. You learned a lot of new things that you didn't know back then. You know what I mean? Like things are definitely different than they've ever been, dude. In a good way. But it's only like it because, like I said, I had to go through a lot of the bad first. You know what I mean? Like I had to go through a lot of the bad up front. So now when, like I said, you got it, and I heard the woman say that, she said, me and my husband we said no for a while. So later we could say yes. She said we had to deny ourselves and sacrifice all these years to be able to say yes like we can now. She said, see, now we can go on vacations, we can travel the world. She said we can give and write people checks and do all type of stuff. She said I give more to my church than my old yearly salary at my other job. She was getting like a 40 grand a year salary at her other job. She had a good job. But now she got an even better one. She said, man, I be making $50,000 months. I think she said she make $50,000 weeks. Like, man, your whole 2 year salary, she's making in a week. And she said that's because I had to tell myself no first. So I can say yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of older wisdom, man. That's why I said a lot of people saying that. And Lord knows I said no. Lord knows I said no. I said, hey, Lord, look, I said, Lord, you know I've said no. I said, God, I literally changed. I said, I didn't even care about relationships. I said, God, that's all I liked. That's all I ever did was relationships. I said, God, you know I ain't been with somebody in so long. I ain't locked them with nobody in so long. I said, I told myself no. I didn't even think I could even do that. And I told myself, no, man. I said, God, that's one of the biggest things I've sacrificed. I said, you know I'm serious. I told myself no with fun. I told myself no with hanging with everybody, being around everybody. I said, God, I told myself no with a lot of stuff. No, I can't go out to eat every day. No, I can't go and splurge my money on what I want. I don't have all my money splurged on what I want, dude. You know the majority of your money go to bills, right? You know that, right? When you work hard for that money, where'd it go? Rent, paying the light bill, groceries, you know what I'm saying? Gas. You know, you get yourself a little something here and there. I can't tell you the last time I went out and bought new clothes. I got a lot of clothes anywhere anyways, but I'm just like, I ain't bought no new shoes in a long time. Cause like I said, I got plenty of shoes. I got stuff I don't even wear. I got like 10 pairs of Jordans, man. I got all type of stuff I don't even wear. So I'm just like, I'm good on that. I don't even wear nothing. I'll buy nothing else. And that's good. So I'm just like, I don't splurge my money on stupid stuff. What's up, food sometimes? I ain't gonna lie, I do kind of get some good food. But that's why I said, like, I had to say no for that for a while too. Most of these places that I live around, I have not even, bro. I ain't even ate at none of these places across the street. I have not even ate at none of these places yet. And I live because I had to tell myself no, because I know me, I was spending $200 on food. That was another big one. Food. I had to tell myself, nah, man, don't buy that. Nah, man, don't go over and spoil your money. You feel me? Because I said, you going to eat up all your seed, dog. You going to eat up all your money. So sometimes you got to tell yourself, nah, man, it's a sacrifice. You got to tell yourself, like, nah, man, I ain't going to do that. Nah, I ain't going to spend my money over there. You know what I mean? You be looking at your bank account, where all your money go at? I said to food. I was never a nigga that spent all my money, man, trying to impress a woman. I spent my money on good eats. That's one thing I will impress you with, the money that I spend on food. I'll drop a bag on some food, bro. I know I don't look like it because I'm fit and I ain't fat stomach, a big bone, but I said, but a nigga can eat. Now, if y'all look at my bank statements, it'll show you. It'll definitely show you. But that's why I said I tell myself no first. And I said there were some days we had to, like I said, some days we eat good, and then some days we got ramen noodle it and rice it. The real ones know. The real ones know. You gotta spam it. You gotta literally have that canned spam. You gotta have you gotta make you gotta make some homemade quesadillas. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta make sure you just got enough to eat. Like nigga, you got enough to eat. As you pay the bills and everything, you like, bro, I got $20. Like nigga, I gotta make hold on, I got this ramen noodles is 39 cents. You know what I'm saying? Get some macaroni like 2.89. You feel me? Like you gotta get some stuff to last for a little bit. We all had to do that. Hey, ain't nothing wrong stretching your dollar. I stretch my dollar. There's times, like I said, there's times we gotta just be like, God, I thank I got the bread to get this food. God, I'm thinking this YouTube check hit this week. Like, shoot, I'm thinking like that's gonna be some extra food money. We all done been there, but I said it's a sacrifice we had to make for something greater. And I said, God, look, I'm not the best person, but I said no to a lot of stuff. I said, God, I worked so hard. I literally worked myself into anxiety. That's how much I was saying no to everything. I used to never do this, but I learned sacrifice, man. And I said, God's gonna reward me and for the sacrifice I had to give, dude. I had to give a lot of sacrifice for this. People don't know that, man, because like I said, who is this? People don't know that, man, because like I said, they never had to sacrifice nothing in their life. A dumb daddy girl ain't never had to sacrifice nothing. So they don't know what that's like because they're gonna run daddy credit card. When you gotta sacrifice, you know what that's like. I'm gonna continue this, y'all. Hold on, let me take some like that. There we go. That's crazy, man. That's why I said we had to sacrifice a lot, man, so we can start living better. I said, Lord, I've had to sacrifice a lot, man. And I said, I know you're gonna reward me for it. You're gonna take care of me for it. You already are. But you don't understand, like I said, when you do the very thing that you're supposed to be doing, I said you can't lose. I'm not gonna lose at the very thing that I got that I'm good at. I ain't gonna lose at that. I'm gonna make sure that I stay consistent and I'm winning this every time. I said, bro, we not losers, man. We winners. Make sure that we some winners, you know what I mean? And so that's why I said we win every time. And I'm gonna make sure I win every single time, dude. Cause we ain't quitters. Can't lose at the thing that God gave you, dog. Like we supposed to be good at this. We supposed to be well trained in this. You know what I mean? I learned, like I said, I learned if God got confidence enough to give me what I got, then that means I should have confidence in what I got. So that's why I said, like, that's the reason that we say this, man. Like I said, we sacrificed then because we already won. Maybe not down. We already won. And everybody said that. Even Myron Golden said that. He said, people look at my life and just think, oh, you're so rich. You got it together. Oh man, you got private jets and millions of dollars. He said it wasn't always like that. He said, I love how people think that it was always like it. He said, bro, do you know what I was doing before I was like this? I think he said back in 1998, he was a pastor. He was like a co-pastor or something. And he said, I did that for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And I guess he wasn't really supposed to be doing it too well. You could tell he got it there. You definitely got it because when he talks, he got that gift. He said, bro, that was times he said the same thing. He said, bro, that was times I was broke too. He said, there was times I told myself no. I told my family no. He said, we ain't have a TV in the house, man. He said, what we gonna watch TV for if we not exactly where we want to be at in life? He said, TV is to distract you. He said, why am I gonna have something distract me when I'm trying to get somewhere in life now? So he said, I didn't have a TV in my house like that. He said, I didn't have a whole bunch of entertainment and distractions. He said, because I'm not where I want to be at in life. And he said, we had to tell ourselves no, so that one day we could tell ourselves, yeah. And that's why I said now he's able to do that. People just think he got it overnight. He said, bro, I was broke. He said, I was broke too. He said, I had bills that was due. He said, I had stuff that had to get cut off before because I didn't have the money to get it. You know what I mean? That ain't never a fun feeling. I think everybody in here can attest to that being broke. We've all been that, right? I know I ain't the only one. We've all been there, right? That is not a fun feeling. You broken, you know, the bills are coming up. Oh man, that's a terrible feeling. That's a terrible feeling. And that's why I said there's times in our life, like I said, where we had it like that, we was able to help other people. And then there's times that we had to call somebody, hey, you know, I'm a little short this year, or I'm a little short this month, you know what I'm saying? Do you mind spot me a couple of dollars? You know what I mean? Ain't no shame in that. That's why I said don't ever let nobody make you feel like it's a shame in that. Don't listen to some dumb daddy girl. Of course, they get all their funds from daddy and mommy. So if somebody acting like that you ain't got it like that, that's cause nigga, you ain't got it like that. See, the real world, Uncle Sam eats your checkup, dude. The real world, the rent man eats your checkup. You feel me? So you don't have it like that to flex like you're doing. 1% of people are Chris Brown and LeBron James. So no, everybody ain't got it like it. Struggle is real, man. Everybody had to go through that, man. And ain't no shame in saying like, hey, man, I'm struggling or I've struggled. That's what makes the payout so great because of the struggle. It makes you value stuff. I realized I start valuing stuff a lot more, man. When I realized how to go through that struggle, I start valuing certain things that I didn't before a lot more. I start valuing my food better. I start valuing the fact like, oh man, I got an extra $20. Like you nigga, I got an extra $20 cuz like shoot, I value that I got some pocket change, man. You feel me? I value that I got, you know, some food. I value that, like I said, you ain't got the newest and latest best car, but I say, hey, at least don't nothing frustrate you more when you have car problems. I'm talking about boy, that's when you be ready to say a whole bunch of cuss words. When your car is getting on your nerves, I'm talking about your faith is tested for real. I'm telling you, I don't think there's no greater problem than car issues. I don't know what where cars piss you off because it's just like, what's wrong with you? All this money went I paid to get you, and you acting up today. Like, what is your problem? Like you've done so much work. I know you hauled us halfway across the country, but you know what? Why? What's your problem today? The car just decides to act up when it wants to act up. That's the stuff that pisses me off. You don't realize how much you appreciate having a car until you ain't got one. When the car's out of commission for a little bit, and then you gotta either walk places or you gotta Uber places, and that costs up. Boy, that costs a ton. That adds up. When you get your car fixed, oh, you are appreciative of $20 gas, dog. Like I'm telling you, man. Because when you paying for Ubers, bro, I was paying $20 there and $20 back. That's a whole 40 plus the tip. That's a whole $45, dude. I was taking every trip. Sometimes the trip would be $30. So that's $60. Oh my God. When I tell you I got my car back up and running, I'm a stingy nigga. I don't even like putting $10 in the car, bro. Sometimes I'm just that cheap. I don't even like putting $10 in the I'm like, man, $10, that's a lot of money. Like, oh, that's a lot of money. Until you paying $40 for a ride. Thank God I got the money to get the ride, but I'm like, but man, $40, I could have went to gas. Then when you get your vehicle back, that's what you start doing, putting about $25, $30, $35 in there. Yo, that'll last you a couple of, I ain't lying, bro. Last you a couple of days, cuz. Bro, that literally taught me a lesson. I said I was appreciative. I ain't cheap on gas no more. If I don't pay about daggone $60 for a trip there and back, I said, man, look. Put that $60 in this car. It's gonna last a whole week. Sometimes even more, man. Extremely expensive, dude. That stuff add up, man. That's why I said that one day, like I said, I was Ubering to church because my car was down. So I was like, I mean, I'm just gonna Uber. I mean, I don't mind, you know what I'm saying? $20 there, $20 back. The next night was familiar night. That's another $25. I think I spent like $100 within like 2 days because bro, that sucks. Though. It's just like, I mean, I'm grateful I got the funds, but my gosh, man, like, man. And what people don't know, a couple of months ago at the church, like I said, I called a Uber there, and on the way after, and like I said at the church, what I did was I said, you know, what, I was gonna catch an Uber back home. I said, nah, I'm gonna walk. It ain't number like 15 minutes, I think, from church to here to my house, but walking 3 hours. Walking was 3 hours, and I walked the whole 3 hours. Guess what I was doing for those 3 hours? Praying. That was some good quality time with God, bro. I walked 3 hours praying. I didn't have to. I could have easily called an Uber, but I walked 3 hours praying. Because I said maybe God's trying to tell me something. I said maybe He's trying to get me to talk to Him or something. You know what I mean? 'Cause I was so fed up with this car issue. I'm just like, this car is pissing me off. That's why I said that whole 3 hours I walked and I prayed. I started my walk around like 12. I didn't get home till like almost 4. You know what I'm saying? Keep in mind, San Antonio's huge. So when you walking, you are walking. A 15-minute journey turned into 3 hours, dude. And 3 hours, I didn't complain. I walked the whole way. I prayed the whole way. And what I was learning that season, what I'm still learning, gratitude. Gratitude. That's why I've been so heavy on that word, bro. I was grateful to be walking. I said, Lord, I sure wish I had my car right now, but I'm grateful that I got 2 legs that can walk. I said, God, I thank you. I'm not in a wheelchair. I thank you that that my legs are still on, that they still function. They hurt right now because I'm walking a good long distance. But I said, I'm thankful that I can walk. I said, God, I thank you that I even get this time to walk, to talk to you. I said, God, I thank you that the car's down. I thank you that, money is kind of a little funny right now. I thank you that, stuff sucks sometimes, but I said, but I know it's for a reason that it does. I know it's for a certain reason. And I was thankful the whole walk, whole way. And I got home. And right when I got home, that's when I ended my prayer. And I was worn out. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna take a nap. I don't remember if I took a nap right away. I think I got food. And like I said, I remember I slept. And I said, God, thank you for this 3 hour journey. I get to walk with you. Thank you for this experience. Because I was complaining. I was like, because this license thing is so messed up here. It takes forever to get a brand new license. Texas is so stupid. It takes forever for them to get back with you and all type of stuff. And I was like, man, I want this new car now. I was like, I can't buy a new car until I get my updated license. And I was so mad. I was like, I said, I'm glad I got a vehicle, but I said, but I want to get my vehicle. You feel me? Like I want to get a brand new one. Until you ain't got one. And then you like, God, thank you that I missed that old vehicle. I missed that old car. I missed the car that was there for me. I missed the car that ran when I needed to run. I said 15-minute journey turned into a 3 hour walk. When I started looking at my pocket, I was like, man, these Ubers are cost me. That's $100 in 3 days. I said, Lord, look, man. When the car got back up and running, I was, oh Lord, I hit my knees. Oh Lord, I love man, I was about to hit my knees crying. Like, Lord, thank you. Oh Lord, thank you. Because in Texas, you need you a car, man. You got to have it to get around here. You're gonna be spending a fortune on Ubers. And I said, thank God that he got the right people in my life that was willing to come help me out with it. Like I said, a guy that I know, he's a mechanic, or he's been working on cars for like 30 years. He came and took a look at it. He's like, oh, this is the problem, you know. And he was like, let's do this. He had took me over to Sam's Club because I had a year warranty on my battery. I got a brand new thing. It was my battery was something else in there was messed up. I was like just not acting right. So he was taking a look at everything. He was just going through it with me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll take you. He's like, yeah, I'll take you to Sam's Club and you know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, I'll help you get a new battery real quick. I still had the year warranty. I only had to pay $3. $3. So we went inside the car looking for what else was wrong with it, you know what I'm saying? He got me up and running, and I said, thank the Lord. And that's why I said, see, I stopped complaining about the new car. Don't get me wrong, I still want my new car, but I was like, Lord, I thank you. I got a car. Oh man. Oh man, I learned gratitude, y'all. I'm telling you, that was a lesson from God. I learned gratitude fast. I learned it fast. I said, Lord, thank you. I got a car. I said, Lord, thank you. I got my car back. It's almost like, Daddy, just repossess your car. You get it back. Oh, I'm so grateful, Daddy. I got my car back. I was so happy. I said, Lord, thank you. Thank you for giving me my car back. Bro, I was so happy. Because I was like, bro, I'm telling you, y'all, if you want to hear God's voice, let something happen in your car. Oh, man. Oh, man. Bro, when you have car issues, it is like the worst. I don't know why it's the worst. I said, Lord, thank you that I got my car back. And I was forever grateful. Oh, God got a way of showing you some gratitude. Oh my God. He got a way of showing you. Oh, Jesus. That's why I said, God, you ain't gotta give me. I said, God, look, you ain't gotta give me no more tests. I'm happy. I love you. Thank you. I'm happy. You ain't got to prove my love and for me to learn a lesson, God. I done been through enough. I said, no. I said, Lord, I was like, bro, I gotta almost fight you like Jacob did. I said, bro, I ain't letting go till you bless my soul. I said, Lord, I done been through enough. I ain't leaving empty-handed. I told God, I said, God, I'm not accepting no for an answer. I said, I have came too far. Too hard. I said, God, I went through hell and back. I said, no, 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 no. I'm not accepting no. I'm not walking away. I'm so serious. I'm like, no, I said, God, I fought. I have labored. I said, God, I've ate bread with ice and called it a meal. We are not going back to those days. I said, God, my spam didn't even have the first two letters on it. It was just called AM. It was AM is for dinner. AM, dude. I gotta be up in the AM and I gotta eat AM for dinner. Like that's what it was. I said, God, dude, what's up with that? I had to do this. You think I'm gonna walk away after all of this? What's up with that? No, I'm not. I said, no, no, no. I am not letting go till you bless me. And now doing it because he had to show me gratitude first. I just caught that he had to show me gratitude first in order for him to do the other stuff. I know it's funny now, but it wasn't funny then when I was sitting there cutting up my ice bread. Like, well, we got some seasoned salt. Can't go wrong with it. Crunchy. See, y'all had cereal, boy. I just had to go get the ice cube, put a whole bowl of water in there, and just eat it like it was cereal. It wasn't called cereal, it was called serious. Like, oh, well, I guess it's serious for dinner. Go ahead and get it cracking. Oh, this H2O, my iron levels are good. Boy, I done ate all that ice. Mm, mm. Oh my gosh. I said, Lord, I've had enough of this serious in the bowl. I need something solid. Shoot. And that's why I said that's why you be forever grateful, man. Cause like I said, God come through and take care of you, you know what I mean? Mm. So it feels good, man, to see him come through and take care of you, you know what I mean? That's why I said I got a heart of gratitude. And that's why I said every morning when I wake up, most of the times, like I said, I'll say my gratitude affirmations. Like I start off with those. You always start off with gratitude, man. I just tell God how grateful I am Because that's some other stuff I prayed. But I said, but before I pray anything else, I just say, God, thank you for this day. I said, thank you for this beautiful day that you woke me up. Thank you that I woke up. First off, thank you that it feels good out here. It might be off to a stressful start, but I said, but you know what, God, thank you that it's a great day. Thank you that it is stressful because I get to come and talk to you. I said, thank you for this wonderful day, God. Thank you for this meal. Thank you for the wonderful time to come outside and talk to you. Thank you that it's not 1,000 degrees out here right now that I come out and talk to you. You know what I'm saying? I remember like 2 Sundays ago, man. It was a really great Sunday. It was like it gave me that feeling. It was a real nice feeling, man. I don't know what it was. It just felt so good. You know what I mean? And I told God, I said, God, thank you for this wonderful Sunday. Because Sundays are starting to be like my favorite days. It's like something about Sundays just feels good. You go to church. After church, what do? Go get food. Take my nap. I'm good. I wake up around like maybe 6 o'clock, you know what I'm saying? And then maybe I come out here on a live stream with y'all. It's something about a Sunday, man, after church. It's like some of the best days. Well, Sundays at Sabbath, like I ain't gotta do nothing, man. I ain't gotta work. I ain't gotta go live. I'll do nothing. You feel me? I'm just chilling. You feel me? That's why I said right. I said, look, I said, God, I'm gonna give you this praise. And it felt so good. And I was just like, God, thank you for this wonderful Sunday. Sometimes the Saturday before, I'm just like, God, thank you for this wonderful Saturday, man. This is a great day. Whenever there's a good day, man, I always tell God, God, thank you for this wonderful day, man. This is great. Thank you for these people, God. Thank you for this atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the wonderful food. You know what I'm saying? I said, God, I thank you for everything. I'm like, God, thank you for everything, man. I ain't gonna cap to you. Like, thank you for everything. Even when the day's not that good, I'm just like, God, you still good. Thank you for this wonderful crappy day. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still great. I'm just like, bro, thank you for all of it, man. Because again, I'm learning gratitude. I even recently went back and told mama, you know what I'm saying? Like, just being able to have the opportunity to help her out and, you know what I'm saying, help out Destiny ministries and stuff. And I told mom, I said, Mom, I don't know if I really, I mean, I have, but I said, but I just want to reiterate. I said, I just want to thank you for everything that y'all been doing, everything that you in the ministry is doing and just being able to help out and, you know what I'm saying, be a part of the ministry. And she was like, yeah, you told me. I said, I know, Mom, I just want to reiterate because I'm like, I want to make sure that I show, my problem was I didn't show enough gratitude in my life, man. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't as grateful for mom and daddy, you know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, I started learning a lot of that with daddy right before your pass, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely show mama now. I'm very grateful, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm grateful for everybody that's in my life, that's a pillar in my life. I'm like, I'm grateful, you know what I'm saying? I'm thankful. And I show that. That's why I said I'm grateful and I'm thankful for the good ones in here. Like y'all, I'm thankful for the good ones that do tune in and show me. The rest of y'all kick rock. Because y'all don't never contribute to nothing. But I said with the ones that's good, as cool people, I'm grateful and I'm thankful for y'all. Because like I said, y'all make the channel too. Y'all play a big role in the channel too. You know what I mean? So like I said, you do get happy and grateful off of them. But he's back, my boy back. But I just learned a lot of gratitude, man. And and everything. So I said, God, I'm thankful when I got the money. I'm thankful when I ain't got the money. You know what I'm saying? I'm thankful when I'm happy and I'm thankful when I'm pissed off. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm thankful when I have one of the best sleeps of all time, and I'm thankful when I have the nightmares that gets on my nerves. You know what I mean? Last night was like I said, last night was pretty rough, man. I had some weird dream. It was something weird. It's always the devil trying to throw you off, man. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to break up your past. Like trying to that's what he was doing. It was a dream about like my past. I like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was a past relationship I was in with somebody. And it's something that didn't even make no sense, man. It has something to do with Crips and GDs. Don't ask me why Crips and GDs was in my dream. But old girl, it was something about old girl or something, man. Like I said, we wasn't seeing like eye to eye or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You have those old dreams about the past or something. And then I woke up because dreams feel extremely real. You know what I'm saying? And I woke up, I was like, bro, that was so dumb. Like I said, I ain't thinking about old big bro. Like, why ain't know you no more? Yeah, I'm talking about gratitude. See, first I was talking about fading Negroes. Now I'm talking about gratitude. So I'm grateful I didn't have to fade you today. Like, now you ought to be grateful I didn't have to fade you today, cuz. But that's why I said, like, man, gratitude is a real thing, man. And that's why I said I had to learn that first before I asked God to bless me. Because, we all like, well, God, give me a million dollars. Well, God, take care of everything. It's like, well, did you ever tell him thank you? And that's what the woman said in the video. She was like, she said, you didn't even take time to tell God thank you for the stuff that he did do. You didn't tell God thank you for the times that He saved your life. And I was like, man, that was so true. And I said, God literally saved my life, dude. I should have been dead at 25. I should have been paralyzed at 25, dog. God saw fit not for that to happen. And did I tell him thank you? Yeah, I did. But I said, but I didn't express my humbleness, my sincere thanks to him that I wasn't paralyzed and I wasn't dead. I didn't have no lifelong term injuries, you know what I'm saying? And I said, you can definitely express your gratitude a lot better because some people don't walk away from that. That was a little homie the next week after I got a bullet, man. He caught a bullet. He didn't live. He didn't make it. You can be grateful that that wasn't you. You know what I mean? So I said, if you ain't never found nothing to be grateful for, man, God woke you up. You got to be grateful over that. He woke you up. You like your disgusting behind. I even told God, I said, God, I don't even know why you like me. I was so sincere. I said, I don't even know why you like me, man. Like, why you like us? Like, how we stink. Human beings stink, dude. We are so dumb. We are fragile. We stink. We dumb. We wear sandals. Like, why do you like us, man? We disgusted. But he do. So I'm like, I ain't gonna ask no questions. I'm like, you do. All right, what up? You know what I'm saying? But I got everything to be thankful for, man. That's what I heard Myron Golden say, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't need him to say that. Like I said, that's something you should know. But even the rich people, everybody's telling you that they're like, bro, like you got everything to be thankful for. That's when I stopped saying. I stopped saying like, man, this day's bad, man. It's a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. He said in his video, he was like, he said it's a great day. He said, you still up breathing, right? He said it's a great day. As easy as that. He said, you never say it's a bad day. He said it's a great day. And that got me. I was like, dang, I gotta stop saying it's a bad day. He said it may not be the best day, and it might be a challenging day. He said, but there's no such thing as it's not a good day. He said it's a great day. And I said, it's a great day. So when the rentings due, and that's like pretty much almost all my paycheck, I'm just like, oh, it's a great day. Oh, it's a great day. Look at the day that the Lord has made. Sitting here paying it electronically. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Oh, it's a wonderful day. Like, bro, I be so mad. Talking about rent is due. Yep, all $1,250 of it. But I said, God, thank you. I got the $1,250 to pay this rent. I really suggest, man, if y'all don't watch Myron Golden, go watch Myron Golden, bro. I'm telling you, like, he be spitting a lot of knowledge, dog. Man, help me out with a lot of stuff, man. And it's true, I had to take me back to that scripture. Like, this is the day Lord has made, and I rejoice and be glad in it. And I ain't gonna lie to you and tell you it's easy. It's not. It's not. You know how many days I want to wake up and just be mad at everything, bro? Like a cranky old man, bro. Like, I want to be mad at everything, bro. I'm mad at the dog. I'm mad at y'all Negroes. Like, I'm mad at everything. Y'all ain't even did nothing. I be mad at y'all sometimes. Like, what y'all want? Why y'all keep tagging me and everything? I'm like, why y'all here watching me? I'm like, because you went live, Steve. That's why. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. My cuz I be mad about everything. I'm like, I don't know why y'all let me treat y'all all type of bad, bro. Why y'all let me treat y'all bad? Shoot. I was gonna be helping out with a lot of stuff, man. But like I said, I be mad about everything. You know what I mean? And I said, but I realized I'm like, I can't be mad about everything. There's nothing to be mad about. It's a great day, man. I got one of the greatest gifts of all time. I get to enjoy doing that. So what's the problem? Is it challenging? Yes, it's challenging. Is it exhausting? It can be exhausting. But I said, but I get to do it because I enjoy doing it. So what's the problem? And in the future, when it all pays off, and drum roll, brrr, I get to drive my future car like that right there. See that? See, it's gonna pay off when I drive it. So I'm excited about. So come July, when this channel's done, and I don't see y'all no more. I ain't gotta talk to y'all no more. It all paid off, dudes. Like literally, it paid off. What's up, Lori? What's good with you, girl? And see, that's a person I can trust. I think. Like, what's up with you, Laura, dude? Like, what's up with these people that don't believe in God? What's up with that? Like, Scoobs, can you believe people don't believe in the Most High? Right, Frankie. Well, most people only want to get high. They don't believe it the most time. Oh no, I just did it again. Oh man, how do I do this, bro? Oh my gosh. I don't know where I come up with this comedy. I don't know why y'all listen to me. I hope I can trust you. Like I said, young Metro said if he don't trust you, he gonna shoot you. So, these are one of the people young Metro said don't trust. Like, you don't believe in the most high? What's up with that? That's all I believe in now. That's why I said I literally told God, I said, God, I don't trust nobody. I don't believe in nobody, man. Like I said, but I believe you. I trust you. I said, God, you ain't never let me down. You don't stink like they do, like my next door neighbor. You don't stink like people walking around in their sandals all day. I said, so I trust you. I don't trust people that wear sandals. I can't. This is like literally impossible. No, I ain't mad. I'm just tripping. You're like, I ain't mad. This is the medication. That's why I said that. That's why I've been showing that heart of gratitude, man. You know what I'm saying? And I said I ain't got the best audience, but nah, I got an audience. I said I got an audience. They'll do. Yeah, yeah, they'll do. Whatever. He said, let me borrow a tear. Like, it's crazy, man. So, like I said, man, I always make sure I know that it's a great day. It's always a great day. Even if people are walking around in these ridiculous sandals out here, it's a great day. I don't know why they thought to wear those things, but they do. So, like I said, it's a wonderful day. See, like them sandals, like, you know what? It's still a good day. It's a good night. And like, forever and always will be, dude. You know how you got to make yourself happy so you don't make yourself cry and be upset and want to go hurt people? I have to literally make myself happy. Like it says, I think myself happy. I got to think myself happy so I don't go beat somebody up. I literally have to do that. I'd be like, bro, somebody's going to catch this fade. A great fader raid. Somebody got to catch this. But I said, no, 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 Steve. Think yourself happy. I got a temper like dude off of Mulan. The little short dude, Yao. I sees one of your girls and you want to do something about it. Like, no, yeah, I calm down. He said, no, his eye, forget about it, pretty boy. You ain't worth my time. I'll be ready to fight everything. Even a dog. I'm like, what you looking at, dog? You want to fade? Like, come on, catch this fade. Somebody got to catch this fade, Dagwood. But I said, you know what? We're not gonna do that. We're gonna be nice. We're gonna be nice. That's how I learned that gratitude, man. And gratitude goes a long way. Goes a very long way. I said, God, if you don't come through and do something, I'm gonna have to get this shiesty. You gotta make it live it. Gotta get it out live it. Maybe that's why God comes through, because he knows I'm gonna have to come through. Like he knows I'll do something crazy. I said, God, now you don't want me to take this Drake Switchy 50 and go do something with it. You're gonna have to come do something. Yeah. And a nice day for no sandals. See what I mean, Laura? You see how there's some people like that, trust? Between you and me. I said, between you and me. Uh, oh man. You got rejoicing in them circumstances. Oh, believe me. Oh, if anybody rejoicing in them circumstances, it's me. Oh, I had to. I had to. Because I said, Lord, if I don't rejoice in these circumstances, somebody gonna catch the beats. Somebody gonna catch these beats, dude. And not the beats that I make, but the beats I'm gonna give you for free. Oh my gosh, man. Yeah, I shouldn't even say nothing about slides, man. Here y'all come with the slide game. Get y'all game. My game's better. Mm. Gotta learn that gratitude, man. That's what I say. Gotta have that gratitude. I feel like Moses, he's talking to God about the people or whatever. I said, God, this audience ain't what I want. I don't like these people. He said, well, at least you got an audience. I'm like, yeah, it's a audience. Man. It's somebody like else. I don't know. So I was telling old girl earlier today. She was like, "Yeah, I think I know." She said that name Stephen Darby sound for me. I said, "Girl, you ain't never heard that name before in your life. Don't act like you don't. Don't act like so that." I said, "Don't you get it? I'm trying to find people that are like you." So weird. That's why I said I'm gonna walk up and slap somebody one day. I was like, "Hey, it was the purpose I slapped you." In an alternate universe somewhere, this slap is gonna mean something. I say it was a purpose for everything, right? Like, why did you just do that? The same reason I did this. Hit him on the other cheek. In an alternate universe, there's a reason this happened. Just knowing your alternate personality will thank me for this. I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe there is a parallel. Maybe parallel universes do exist somewhere. I don't know. Like I said, there's a reason I slapped you. In this universe, you ain't have a mosquito on your face. In a parallel universe, you have one of the deadliest mosquitoes known to mankind on your face and was about to put his fangs in you, and I slapped it, killed it. You're welcome in the other realm. In a parallel universe, there's a universe where Steve has manners. Steve is actually nice to his people. In this universe, that ain't happening. No, you're gonna get this Steve. This is the angry Steve. You get this Steve in this lifetime. Now, in the next universe, like I said, there's a Steve somewhere with green hair that treats people differently. I don't know. So I don't know. But y'all stuck with this Steve in this universe. uh, sweet ride, dude. You know it to us why he put on that loud bad bunny. Yo tengo sueño, eh? Yeah. And that's why I said, even looking at what people drive, man. Because up here, everybody drive Ferrari. Everybody drive Teslas, Ferraris, BMWs, Maseratis, Jaguars, all type of stuff, man. You name it, they got Tesla trucks, all of it. And so sometimes Lamborghinis, Lamborghini Mercies, your chick be so thirsty. No. Like, bro, they drive it all. I said, but you know what? You be content with what you got. Because you like, one day that's going to be me. God's going to give me something better. And I never really cared about that time. Again, I'm not an envious person. I'm not envious to where I'm like, why they got it and I don't. I know why they get it because they had to work to get it. I'm just like, well, God, I want to have nice stuff too. I'm like, God, I don't want to have this channel. It's not nice. It's not nice, people. But like I said, I'm grateful. Y'all do, I guess. For now, y'all do. Mm. Yeah, well, there's a lot of people that's fleshly rich and spiritually rich. I want to be like them. Mm. He said, "Blessed are the what is it? The blessed are the poor in spirit." Is that what that verse? The Beatitudes? Is that what it is? Is it blessed are the poor in spirit or blessed are the rich in spirit? Is it poor in spirit? I can't remember how to go. No, it's blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Is that how it goes? I don't remember how to go. Uh, anyways, foreign spirit. Okay, yeah, I was like, I could have sworn it was like foreign spirit, right? Foreign spirit. Blessed are the poor in spirit. Oh yeah, that's what it. Blessed are the poor in spirit. Matthew 5:3. Okay. Yeah, I remember. I was like, that goes a one way. Can't remember. Well, blessed are the ones that's rich in spirit too. Yeah, like what? Like why can't you rich too? I don't rich too. That's why I say I'm telling y'all to be grateful, boy. I will sell y'all for 62 cents. Like Steve, I'll give you all the money in my pocket for all your followers. It's like depends how much money are we talking. Like Steve, how could you? 62 cents. I'll take the money. Steve. Like, yeah, so I don't know how it's a bad time to tell y'all, but I sold y'all work labor for 62 cents. So they should be coming any minute to come pick you guys up. Like, you know a man that'll sell you for 62 cents ain't worth jack darn. Well, 62 cents is a whole can of green beans at Kroger. If you're still eating that cheap. Bro, I needs that. I need it too. Right. That's why I said the Bible literally talks about finances, man. I don't know how these broke niggas don't understand that. The Bible literally talks about that. A wise man stores up an inheritance for his children's children. What does that mean? You know, when you hear the story about talents, when they talk about a man with the talents, the story of the gap of talents, they make you think talents is like for small change. Talents back then was like $1 million. Now you see why the dude was mad when he was like, bro, you took my $1 million and did what? He said, you took my $1 million and did what? And what did the Bible say? It said, you are a wicked man. That's what it said. You are a lazy and wicked servant. You know you wicked when you take somebody $1 million and go do something else with it, with what you were supposed to be doing. Yeah, you wicked. What if somebody took your $50 you invested in them? You gave somebody's like, hey bro, give me $500, I need $500. And then you gave them $500 and they went and go spend it on some weed. Like, nigga, like, are you serious? Somebody that was supposed to give your share of the cut of the money to you, but they would have like, you know what, I want them J's. And they would have spent your cut of the money on some J's. You would have been like, dude, you a wicked dude. You wicked. That's the same thing that the dude was like, bro, you just took my money and did what with it? He said, you are lazy. Guess what? The people that came back and invested their money and said, hey, well, here's what I do with your money, man. He said, hey, great as you for doing that. I appreciate that. Dude took his money and spent some Air Jordans. Spent it on a Maserati he can't afford. You lazy and wicked servant. That's pretty much what he was saying. Like, look at you. Look at this idiot. Now y'all see what the Bible said. Like, look at this fool. Look at this idiot. That's what it's saying, bro. Today's standard. Look at this idiot. Look at this Negro. You did what my money, Negro? You spent my money? I'm pretty sure the master wanted to have a fade with the servant. Like, not only are you a lazy and wicked servant, now you gotta catch this fade. Step out in the barnyard. You gotta catch this fade real quick. I would have told the rest of the servants, make haste. You know, I say, make haste of the stable, for thy has to catch thy fade coming to him. Make haste of this. Clear out the animals and the donkeys. You know, they name everything. The donkeys and the cattle and the chicken and the tulips and the cow and the mules and like clear haste of everything. Clear haste of Jehoshaphat, son of Japheth, and clear haste of Joseph, son of David, and like you know how they say like make way. They got to name all the tribes. Make haste that everybody that he has to catch at this fade, and there should be great feasting. There should be great feasting and great celebration. Like I'm gonna make sure the talents that you wasted, you're gonna catch that in fade numbers. Because you best believe if I gave somebody $1 million and they wasted it, you best believe I'm catching you a fade and I'm taking legal action against you after that. You get beat up both ways. And then I make sure when you go to prison, they beat you up in prison too. So you get beat up 3 ways. But he always said he wanted the 3-way. Well, now you got it. Hope you like men. Oh my gosh, bro. Hold on. Oh, what's that? You gotta be a wise steward. You gotta speak like Old Testament, make haste, brethren, for the fate of shall come. Like, and so Sir Stephen from Lancelot, son of Darby, tribe of Edo. Now it said the Bible said that Joseph was a fine man. Now Stephen is a very fine, handsome man. He traveled far and wide for that fade. I sure did travel far and wide for that fade. He rested neither nor day nor night. He neither ate nor bread nor wine. Oh man. I don't know why I'm like this, y'all. Why do y'all listen to me? Why do y'all pay attention to me? Look at these people right past. Look at me, I'm crazy. Yes, I'm crazy. I'm crazy. Yes, I am. Sometimes I be like that. I just got a sense of humor, y'all. Oh my gosh, bro. Hold on, somebody take it. What does it say? I got a lot of messages going on right now, y'all. I got stuff going on. I'm just a chilling. So, but yeah, man, I know I like to make the light of the situation, but I really would. I'm like, bro, I would really fade you. You spend my money talking about you lazy, wicked servant. That's like me telling somebody like, hey, I'd be like, hey, little homie, go to the store and get me a snack cake. You feel me? I'll be like, yeah, go to the store and get everybody some groceries. You know what I'm saying? He come back with a pair of butter Tims. Like, what you doing with my money, cuz? Well, see, I was thinking, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got enough money. That's what they think. Well, you got enough money, so it wouldn't hurt, man, if I got me some Tim's. Like, no, you didn't just take, like, no, you didn't just get the butters. Like, cuz, you just spent my money on butters. I told you to go to the store and get butter, not spend it on some butters. You feel me? And I was like, okay, now, since you like butters, come get this butter sandwich that you about to get, this Butterfinger sandwich you about to get. Step outside with them Tim's. And I'm going to stomp you with the same Tim's that you just bought. I said, see, brother, I'm gonna teach the other homie. See, little homie, this is called a lesson. In our hood, we call this a DP. He's got to get a DP. Come out here and get me. Let's show the little homies how it's friend. We're stepping outside and we're catching feeds. uh, I'll fade the little homies, the big homies, the old homies, the act like they know me homies, man, the girl homies, everybody, child homies, I'll fade them all. The dog homies, I'll fade them all. I don't care. There's no limits. Mm. That's why I say, like, there's a reason you have to be a certain type of way, man. You know, when you think about abundance, man, like I said, you don't get stingy. You know what I'm saying? Having a heart of gratitude, like I said, because God will bring the money, but He wants to know that the money and everything that He brings is not going to take you away from Him. You know what I'm saying? And when I went through these hard times, these hardships, and all that type of stuff, I said, Lord, oh Lord, I've been through enough turmoil. Look, God, I said, Lord, ain't no money gonna take me away from you. I said, Lord, look, I'm serious. Ain't no money gonna take me away. I'm not a lazy and slothful wicked servant. Like, even if I had $10 million, I would not be sitting on my keister, dude. I can't do that. I would still be up giving, doing something, man. You know what I'm saying? I still am gonna play a part in ministry. Don't matter how much money you get, you ain't above the pram. You know what I'm saying? I still be taking out the trash, doing what I gotta do, cleaning the floors, out the toilets, wherever they need me at. I feel like that's how you get depressed, man. Sitting back counting all your money. That's how you get depressed. You done bought everything. You done went everywhere you want to go. You done bought what you want, did everything you want to do. And then you sit right there and you still at $9.5 million after you done bought everything and still did what you did with your $10 million. You still got another $9 million to go. Now you depressed because, like, well, I got it all. And that's why I said, I'm like, we work hard to get the money that we want. So we think we're gonna buy everything that we want. And even if you bought everything, like I said, you just gonna be even more depressed. I told you I met a guy. He was like, bro, he said, I was homeless, living at the back of my car. He said, I got a marketing job. He said, I was so good at it. I made all the money in the world I wanted to make. He said, I bought my dream car. I bought my dream apartment and everything. He said, I was at a darker place when I had all the money I wanted than when I was broke. He said, I was better broke than when I was when I had money. Having money, that's why I said, we think having money is going to change the situation. It's really not, bro. Having money is just going to amplify our problems even more. Because if you don't deal with the inner man, you still going to be dealing with everything that you deal with just with money. Money can't buy you happiness. It can sedate everything for a minute, but like I said, it ain't gonna buy you happiness. All you're gonna do is just switch out weed when you're broke. You smoke weed. When you get money, you're gonna switch it out for cocaine because you can afford cocaine. You're gonna get more hard powder drugs. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna spend more money on turning up, so everybody else gonna do drugs with you. You're not gonna change nothing, dude. And that's why I said you see Negroes get money, they hit the lottery and end up broke, end up in debt. Like, how do you get all this millions of dollars and you broke? Like, what did you do with your share? I know they take out taxes, dag on it, but I'm like, bro, you still got a lot of money after that. Like, what do you do with all your money? People end up broke, man. Oh, and that's why I said you gave money to a 13-year-old who don't know nothing about money. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to save. They don't know how to invest. They don't know nothing about it. You know what I mean? And they get that old white girl booger sugar. They get that Sherman Hemsley, that white girl going. That's what they want. Want some of that dope. Well, that dope in their nose. You want to pull them? You want to pull them? Them party white girls. That's how you pull them. Oh my gosh, like Steve said he has so much blow. So stoked right now for the blow that Steve gave me. Like, they gonna tell on everybody. Police be like, where you get this blow? Oh, from Steve. He's selling it. I was like, what? Do you think that a white woman would lie? I'm like, well, no, you got me there, officer. They wouldn't lie. They wouldn't lie, officer. I did that. I did it. Yeah. Hmm. Well, I'm trying to make enough money so I can go hang with Carol G or Shakira one of the days. Y'all know who Carol G is? Go look it up. I like Carol G. She's cool. The minute I hang with Becky G or Carol G, I ain't talking to y'all no more. I'll do music with them. Y'all will be a thing of the past. Bye. Like, I don't like you dudes anymore. Like literally. I never knew you. Y'all the people that get me on the y'all the people that get me on my feet. And then when I get on my feet, I'm just like, man, I never need y'all. Man, please. Please. So you're a gifted young man. I appreciate that. Thank you. Like I said, in the book of Revelation, when it said the whore rode the back of the beast in Revelation. And then when the beast no longer needed the whore, it like took the whore off his back and killed her, whatever. Y'all like the I don't want to call y'all whore. Like Steve, you calling your people whores. Is that what you trying to say? I hope y'all not whores. I don't look at y'all that way. Like I said, y'all have always been friends to me. uh, I'm getting hungry now, bro. Mm. Yeah, you're my people. Just until better people come along and then y'all be outcasts. Y'all be whichever. I, I still love y'all though. It's time we part ways. Do our own things. Don't look at it like that. Think of it as being let go. Seeing yourself swimming in a different direction. You know what they said off Cusco. But Eastman, you really gonna kill me? She said the same thing to him. Don't think of it as that. Think of it as that you're being let go, that your body's going in a different direction. I'll have good things, Steve, on this shoulder, and then have bad things, Steve, on this shoulder. Although, Eastman taught me this knife, and then, I'm going all back about it, and then you guys are here. They're looking like, "Who this nigga talking to himself?" I'm like, look at him. Is it 90s now? I think it's what it is. 90s night over here or something. Send all these niggas. I ain't never seen this many niggas up here. It's feeling unsafe. Feeling unsafe. Hey, these are the best girls. Yeah. San Antonio got some fine moments. They don't look like it. Look at me judging people. Look at me, bro. I'm so nasty, dude. Why am I like it? Why am I like it, bro? They ain't even did nothing to me. They might be nice people. Look at me, bro. Girl, them sandals with them corduroys you got on. Nigga wearing corduroys with sandals. I hope don't no man talk to you tonight. I hope you got to buy all your drinks tonight by yourself. Nigga, with that combination you wearing, might as well. I wish a woman with corduroys with sandals on came and talked to me, girl. I step on your feet and walk away from you. Say I won't. Think you cute with your toes. Let's see how your toes look with dirt on them. The funny thing is, she thinking niggas gonna buy drinks for her tonight. You ain't gonna get one drink. I guarantee you. So we riding on your back there, brother? Yeah, I meant to say no Diddy after that. No Diddler after that. What time is it? I was 10:25. Yeah, I don't know how much longer we gonna be in this thing. I'm getting tired. I've been up all day. Mm. Yeah, this nigga really went up in there with corduroys. These old high waters, man, and sandals. Like, who is going to talk to you tonight? You look like you just got through taking the number two and just put on something and came out to the club. Like, look at this. Women really get on like y'all were really throwing anything and swear y'all balling, bro. Like that is crazy. Be the same type of girls like you never gonna talk to me. Yeah, cause look at your combination you wear. I guarantee you half of them smell like cream corn. I'm not lying. I guarantee you they smell like cream corn too. But yeah, it's good and fancy. So nah, I am tired. I've been up all day. Bro. Hustling, bro. I'm tripping. She really went up there in her recorder or like high waters and sandals. Like that was mad tacky. You didn't have nothing better on. Oh my god, it's crazy. Like look at this girl. She got on some black. These Michael Jackson boots. I don't know what them things are. Still ain't too bad. I mean, she don't look too bad. This girl went in there with some high waters and some sandals. Like, bro, you look like you stink. Bro. That is crazy. You ain't even trying, bro. That's why I said nigga don't trying. Mm, no, she don't. She wouldn't be able to stand me because I hurt her little feelings. About to leave the house. I'm like, you about to wear that? She's like, what's wrong with it? Everything. Get out my house. We done. I'm breaking up with you. Since you want to be loose like your feet, be loose out of here. Bye bye bye. I need you. That's mad tacky, bro. You're wearing some high waters with some sandals. Like, man, you don't even care about your like, bro. That's crazy. Nigga doing some ugh. That's why I said be the type of people you wouldn't want to get in their car, you wouldn't want to get in their house. Stinking. I'm on mode. That's crazy. Nigga wearing some high water with some sandals. But that's mad tacky. Like, that is mad tacky. I was like, yo, you can't get no tacky. Bro. That's why I said some women will just walk out the house for anything. We need to start bringing back the roast. Bro, we used to flame niggas, man. Like, we don't even do it no more. Why so sensitive? And I said, that's why you got them walking out the house looking like they don't care about themselves, dude. Like, that's literally what you wear, bro, to an event. That is so, like, bro, that is, like, so tacky. At least we got to get dressed up, man. They don't even get dressed up. No, they just throw on some sandals and call it a day. Bro. Where are they playing? Oh, honky tonk music. Well, I guess it ain't all bad. As long as she don't know Dorothy, she'll be good. Look, as long as you don't know who my people's is, you be good. You be a good candidate. The ones that think they know, yes, that's even worse than the sandals. That show was quiet, boy. Why y'all so quiet? But y'all scared? Are y'all scared of me? I told you I just talked all my heart out, bro. I ain't gotta say nothing else. So we can end this stream pronto. Nigga tired, boy. But I want to keep it entertaining for y'all. So it's gonna have to take y'all help to do this. But remember, I told you I'm not gonna force y'all to be saying nothing to me no more. So uh that's why I say I'm grateful. Don't worry, I'm grateful. I am so grateful that this channel is ending in July. Oh man. Yo, I'm so grateful. I cannot wait for it to happen. But July can't get here fast enough. I'm not playing, bro. The days I don't have to go outside and stream no more. I think that's gonna be so nice. Oh, for so God. Okay. You know, like it pop up on like your For You page, whatever. You be finding a lot of hidden talent, man. Like these people don't be famous, but they be kind of like known. That's what they call unsigned artists. Upcoming artists or unsigned artists. And this black girl, man, she got on there. She sound like Summer Walker, man. I'm talking about, bro. She had this voice. She played guitar. It's R&B like type guitar, but she's playing it on the acoustic guitar while she's singing. I was like, bro, that song got stuck in my head. It was so good. She's big time too. Like she got a big following. And she was just sitting there doing like a little cover. She's like, I don't know why you. She said anything that's not. I can't remember the words, but she said then it's subsided. I mean, the way she was singing it, she put the ooh, she put that soul in. I'm like, ooh. I said, yes, Mama Sita. I said, hey, Mama Sita, yes, por favor. I commented on her. I had to repost it on my page, bro. And she actually watched my story. She ended up liking my story. I said, hey, girl, what it do? What it do? I said, hey, girl. I said, "Did I tell you I do music too? Did I tell you I do music?" She's good too, man. I was about to put her in the chat today. I was like in the Discord. I was like, bro, she's good. I was scrolling through a lot of people's stuff, but hers really caught my ear. I was like, bro, that sounds good. Cause I loves me like when a woman play the guitar and they sing like that R&B guitar type sound. It's like a solo and they just be singing. I love that sound, man. Cause Summer Walker would do it all the time. I love when she do it, man. It's so attractive. But it's so nice, man. It sounds good. So, and bro, send me your email message. So I can, yeah, I'm gonna send you my email. I got you. But mm, yeah, she was singing real good too, man. It's the way she was singing it too, man. And she had that like R&B notes and stuff like that. Then I checked out because you know usually we check out one thing, you check out the rest of their profile. I checked out the rest of her music, man. She sound good too, man. I mean, she looked kind of like a dark skinned Mariah the Scientist. Like if y'all know Mariah the Scientist is gorgeous, and she's like a darker version of her. And that's the those are the people you be like, how you not famous? You know what I'm saying? Like you better than half the niggas in the industry. Like you good. I was like, dang man, like that's the Summer Walker I miss. Like before she's like how she is now. Like that's the Summer Walker I like, man. The real, authentic, basic type. You know what I'm saying? I like stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what she doing now. I think she kind of weird. A lot of people is kind of like not liking her no more. But she was just playing the guitar, just sitting there singing. I was like, man, I remember that's when I liked Summer Walker at that time because like she did a lot of that. You know what I mean? Oh, girl's kind of doing that, but she's authentic. She's real. You know what I'm saying? I like it, bro. Yeah, I'll catch you, bro. You be easy. You be easy. old girl was hitting them notes too. She was like, I don't know why you did is about it. I was the way she was saying. I said, ooh. I said, man, it's something about a woman that play their guitar, man. When they play the guitar, they be singing. It is so attractive. Man. I like that, man. I love that sound. Those are people I want to work with, man. Like people that do that type of stuff. Like I like when a woman play the keys the same, but it's something about that guitar, man. When they play that, guitar is just different from the keys, man. When they play them like riffs and them little notes, oh, it's beautiful, man. So I post for those girls was doing. I was like, man, that was dope, dude. I put it on my story, man. I took me I laid back for a little bit, working on something else. I saw it was like, yes, such and such like my story. I said, that's what's up, girl. Shoot. I said, I hope you know who you dealing with here. I hope you know who you dealing with. Mm. I said, I want to show you my catalog. I want to, I'm like, I think she would sound good on a lot of my beats, man. Like she sound good too. But I had that song stuck in my head all day today, man. That's how good it was. Like, you know what's good when it gets stuck in your head. Like it's like that good. So that's why I said I look for a lot of unsigned artists, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause usually artists are their best man before they get a record deal. You know what I'm saying? When they get a record deal, they start sucking, and their songs only really go mainstream because you know what I'm saying. Like they in the industry, but it costs them their butt. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna cost you that butt. And then they was telling people, they said, bro, when you in that industry, most of those numbers that y'all see them hyping up is not even their real numbers. They bought those views. They team buys views. There's people in that industry that said that they was like they just buy a bunch of views, they hurry up and throw it on there to make it look like that they real. Like you ever seen like some people have a YouTube profile and they only got like 5 videos, but they already got like a couple of million views on their videos. Like there's no way you can't have a couple of million views on your videos if you ain't got a lot of videos. It takes a minute to grow YouTube. And so those are people that just buy views to make it look better. So some of them was buying their views to make it look like that was just real authentic people, but those are really just like bots. You know what I'm saying? I just like purchase views. So they be making everybody feel bad because your music don't take write-offs like skyrocket like theirs. And I said, well, that's because we don't pay for views like you. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say I like regular authentic artists, man, because they got a better sound. Their music is better. You know what I'm saying? They actually put a lot of heart and soul into theirs, man. Industry plans don't have to, but again, they'll do anything. Mm, mm. I just got a song in my head, man. I had like I think 2 weeks ago. That's crazy how they work as a musician. Like, bro, I swear it's like you remember music from a long time ago, like randomly. You know what I'm saying? Like I think I love you as long as you be. I'll take care of you. I was saying some different words. I remember the words I was saying. I recorded on my voice memos though. But I ain't heard that song since then. That's why I said like it's crazy how songs will pop up in your head. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll kind of remember it like you just did it yesterday. That's crazy. You know what I mean? So get a lot of ideas. You know what I'm saying? So That's about to be a thotty fest up here, boy. They got all these thotties out here. I do not miss those days, y'all. See, I should have been doing now what I was doing, or what I should have been doing then. What I'm doing now, I'd have been rich, bro. I'd been a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? But doing the same stupid stuff, man. Like, stuff sucks, man. So, oh man. Oh man. Here go the rest of y'all silent. Well, it's already what? Almost 11 o'clock, man. Nigga tired, boy. I'm about to go sleep. So I ain't got nothing to say, y'all. I need some food. That's it. What's that? Yeah, YouTube. Yeah, YouTube, bro. Yeah.
You're how many people on this show?
I got 5 or 6 right now.
You're hold on, look, give my nigga Sky. Feel me? Just
I can hear it. Well, I was sitting outside earlier, like set up.
Oh shit, you just started or you been doing it?
I've been doing this for a minute. That's why it's only 5 people. Yeah.
What's your YouTube, bro? We gonna follow that.
Simply Steve.
Yeah. Bet. Hold on. See, now you got another viewer, man. Just like that.
That's what's up.
What's your streams be on some shit though? Like you just
Talking about anything and everything. Yeah, just anything and everything. Just depending on how the stream go.
this one?
Yes, me right there.
Damn,
Yep.
bro, got 10,000 subscribers.
Hey, 10K.
The ugly duckling. The ugly duckling.
I was be naming it whatever, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Just to get people to come in.
Shit called what's that shit called? Clickbait.
Hey, yeah. I'll catch up, bro. Y'all take it easy, bro. Hey, you take it easy, man. What's your name? I ain't catch your
My
name.
name Quentin.
Quentin. Scott, I got you, bro. It's good seeing y'all, man. Y'all too. Yeah, what we got, y'all? All right, y'all. I'm tired. I'm tired, man. I want to go eat some food and go sleep. So that's why I said I'll get more people in here and y'all don't want to talk. I'll get some other. Remember, I just told you that I'll get some better people in here than y'all. Y'all don't want to talk. You hear me? Well, it's time to go get some food now. Stuff. Bro. Oh, I'll take care of you. Bro, I'm trying to remember how that song went. I heard the other day in my head. It's like, I'll take care of you. It's gonna be. I'll take care of you. How did that song go, man? I gotta find that playlist. Soon to be. I'll take care of you. Time is it, y'all? Okay, we done. We are done. Oh, I got 20%. I'm on 20%. You better hurry up. Because I ain't gonna be entertaining y'all foods all night. So I'll take care of you. Soon to be. I'll take care of you. Soon to be. I'll take care of you. Mm, 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 mm. Mm. Good.